Very good morning. Welcome to the last 6th day of the 30-hour certificate course in IPR applications in higher education institutions. The theme of today's session is copyright registration process, and the resource person for today's session is Dr. Ravindra Kale sir. Dr. Ravindra Kale sir is University Librarian at Shri Somnath Sanskrit University, Somnath, Gujarat. His area of interest are digital library automation, information technology, classification, cataloging, open access, information behavior, and user study. He is acting as chairperson of various committees of the university. He is life member of Indian Library Association, New Delhi, Gujarat Granthalaya Seva Sangh, Ahmedabad, Gujarat, Society for Information Science, New Delhi, ADI-NET ADINET, Advanced Information Network of Libraries in Gujarat, formerly known as Ahmedabad Library Network, MALIBNET, that is Management Library Network. He is Nodal Officer of Urkum Software for Plagiarism Checking of PhD thesis and ample dissertations, Publication Cells Unit, Shodhganga of InflipNet, with one project of InflipNet at Shri Somnath University, Somnath. He has written research paper in various conference proceedings and journals. He has delivered lecture as resource person at various places. On behalf of organizing team, I welcome you, sir, and request you to take this over. Over to you, Kale sir.
सर नहीं, आवाज येत नहीं है.
आता येतोय आवाज?
Yes, yes, very clear. Yes, sir. Good morning. Good morning. Yes.
Okay. Can I share my screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
Namaskar. I am Ravindra Kale. I am very thankful to the conveners and program coordinators of Shri Binzani City College and Matri Seva Sangh Institute of Social Work, Nagpur, to give me opportunity to present a lecture on the topic copyright registration process. We know, always we heard about the copyrights and what is copyright, all these things we know little bit. And this copyright registration process is a very important for librarians. When he going to give something knowledge to his colleague or his clients or his patrons or his students about copyright, then if you aware about the copyright and copyright registration process, then you can guide all of your colleagues or patrons or your staff or society. So we can start first of all to know about what is copyright. My first slide I have asked a question. What is mean by copyright? As per Indian Copyright Law 2012 or rule, Indian Copyright Rule amended in 2013, it shows that copyright is a right given by the law to creators of literary, dramatics, musical, and artistic works, and producer of cinematographics, films, and cinematographics with the photographs, sound recording, etc. In fact, it is a bundle of rights, including inter alia, rights of reproduction, communication to the public, adaptations, and translation of the work. This is the definition given by Indian Copyright Law or Act. Indian Copyright Law introduced in colonial India by British Empire to control over the publication printed within the Indian territory. Copyright Act 1957 was the first post-independence law, has been amended in 5 times since then in the year 83, 84, 92, 12 and in 2030. Copyright is one of the part of IPR, intellectual property right, which is you have learned lot of things during the week about the IPR, and the one part of IPR is a copyright. Intellectual property IP is a term referring to a brand invention, design, or other kind of creation which is a person or business has legal rights over. Almost all
due to some technical problems, Saris got disconnected. He will rejoin soon.
Some technical issues there. Yeah, he's joining.
hello,
Yes, sir.
I am audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Disconnected.
Yes, yes.
Oh. Can I start again?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
Okay. I am very thankful to give an opportunity by the convener and program coordinator of Shri Binzani City College, Nagpur, and Matru Seva Sangh Institute of Social Work, Nagpur. My topic is copyright registration process. We know little bit about copyright, but we less know about copyright registration process. First of all, we can aware about what is copyright, and then we can proceed on how to register the copyright, or how do we process in copyright? First of all, what is mean by copyright? Copyright as per the Indian Copyright Law 2012 and is amended in 2013. As per copyright is a right given by the law to creators of literary, dramatic, musical, artistic works and producer of cinematography, films, as well as photographs and sound recordings. In fact, it is bundle of rights, including inter alia, rights of reproduction, communication to the public, adoption and translation of the work. This means copyright include artistic works, include all these things. And if you register your creation under this process, by act, your invention, your writings, your own writings are protected. That's why this law says it is a right given by the law to creators, inventor, the literary, dramatic, musical, all the things which are invented or created by the person which protected by the law. It's okay. Can proceed again ahead. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is mean by copyrights means Indian copyright law introduced in colonial India by British Empire to control over the publication. At that time, Swadeshi movement, freedom movement is going on, and various kind of publication, pamphlets and books are published against Britishers, and they want to control over that. And for that, they have started this Copyright Act. Through this Copyright Act, every publication, even pamphlet, you have to submit in the Copyright Office at that time, British Empire. If they give a permission to publish, then and then you have to publish your publication with the details of who obtained the copyright. After independence, the 1957, the act is modified, and then 83, 84, 92, 12, and now in 13, the changes are there. Time to time they are amended or updated. Copyright is a one part of intellectual property right, IPR. As you know, whole week you are go through the various lectures of IPR. What is important, what kind of IPR, all these things you aware about it. The copyright is a one part of this IPR. Intellectual property is a term referring to a brand invention. Any company have its own brand, just like a Colgate or Patanjali. These are the brand invention. You have made something, design, new one on the time of fan or computer. There is invention, electricity, bulb, tube light, all, and its design, other kind of creation, which is person or business tycoons or businessmen. They have their own idea behind this intellectual property, and by the act, IPR Act, they are protected, they are registered. This is the main motto, to protect the ideas of invention and get the benefit from it. What kind of things are included in IPR? There are patents, copyrights, trademarks, industrial design, protection of integrated circuits, layout design, geographical indications, biological diversity, plant varieties, farmers' fights, undisclosed information. These all 9 things are included in IP. It's a very broad term. We can go through what is included in patent or all 9 things. In patent, this protect commercial inventions, scientific invention, industrial product invention, etc. Copyright, there are main focus on our main focus. Today's topic is copyright and processing system. In the copyright, writings, paintings, musical works, dramatic works, audiovisual works, sound recording, photograph works, broadcast, sculpture, drawings, architectural works, computer works, etc. included copyright. We go ahead and then we can see how we can register ourselves, our own product or behalf of college or behalf of university. Trademarks. This protects signs, symbols, logos, words or sound. Distinguish your products. What is words or sound or logos or symbols or sign? It's a jingle or something. If you write a line or something which is not included in copyrights, but it included in trademarks. Industrial design. This protects designs such as drawings of computer models. Industrial design means only design. It's product design. But software and any apps, it's come under copyrights. Geographical indicators, which is give recognition of the product which is originated from the place or particular geographical area. Through this, people know the origin of the word or product like India have basmati rice, then Patna patola is one kind of sari, Darjeeling tea, Mysore silk, Madhubani painting. They have geographical indicators. The owner of the copyright in an existing work or prospective owners of the copyright in future works may assign to any person the copyright either wholly or partially in the following manner. That means if a person is a creator or writer or author of its own publication, journal, article, books, software, app, so he can transfer his copyright to either wholly or partially to any person or limited period also for the entire world or for specific country or territory. For the full terms of copyright or part thereof, any part of the particular journal or books also you can permit by giving authority to that person relating to all the rights comprising the copyright or only part of such rights. Yes sir.
सर स्लाइड्स मूव होत नाही.
नाही आता झाली.
नाही.
ओके.
नाही नाही
नाही होते. एक मिनिट. आता दिसते.
येस येस चला. थँक्यू थँक्यू.
ओके ओके ओके. Ownership of copyright. We should know about the ownership. Literary work, book, journal, etc. Author having ownership. For drama, dramatist. Music, composer. Artistic work, the artist. means painter, sculptor, architect. They are owner of the creation. Photograph, the owner is photographer. Author of computer program, person who codes the work to be created, programmer. Cinematographer, film producer. Why producer? Because producer hire the person to create a film or whole team. So the producer is the owner. Same sound recording, the producer is the owner. In the course of employment, means one company having a publication company who hire author and write books and articles behalf of the company. At that time, he make a contract with the employer. At that time, employer paying and hire for the work. At that time, employer is the owner of that particular work. Employment by the newspaper or magazine. And is this employer has a publishing right. Only publishing right have employer. Other rights with the authors. Photographs, painting, cinema for valuable consideration. Person who pay money. See, when in marriage, we hire a service of photographer. At that time, photographer make his work and provide us a soft copy or hard copy to the father of groom or person. At that time, those who paying, who is a owner of that particular things. A photographer, painting. If you purchase the painting, you are owner. The cinema, if you purchase the cinema for releasing or for all the things, you are the owner of the cinema. Or valuable consideration, any valuable things who created by the author or a creator. Lecture deliver in the public. The person who delivering government work, government is owner. Public undertaking, public company, undertaking company is the owner of the things. If any person violation of the copyright in India, then there are something for civil suit for injunctions, damage and account. Court of jurisdiction, district court where copyright owner resides or does the business. The author or owner of the copyright can make a suit or police complaint he reside in the area of police station, he reside the area. This is the cognizable offense and sub-inspector can do the action on violation of the copyright. If it proves, and first offense, 6 months imprisonment and 50,000 fine. Second, 1 lakh fine, then maximum, then 3 years imprisonment and few lakhs fine. Knowing use, if you know and you have made a mistake or deliberately you violate the Copyright Act, the copy of computer programming attract 7 days imprisonment and 50,000 fine. This is the provision in the Copyright Act. Copyright generally lasts for a period of 60 years. Now we can look into the duration of copyrights. Once you have a copyright, then what is the duration? The copyright generally lasts for a period of 60 years after the death of the author. Means author's life plus 60 years. After his death, 60 years, up to 60 years, the heirs can retain the copyright of that particular publication or things. In the case of Rabindranath Tagore, after 60 years, central government has extended 10 years to retain the copyright with his family. After 10 years, now all the publication written by Rabindranath Tagore, it's open to all. Now any person can publish their literary work in their publication, or individually can also publish. Then broadcasting on radio or in air or in any means, it's 25 years. You can copyright retain for 25 years. Employer gives employment to an employee and makes a contract with the employee for any research project work. The rights remain with the employer for 5 years only. If employer does not make any contract, then right remain with the author only. This is very important. The registration of geographical indication is valid for a period of 10 years. We are just discuss about the copyright only. IPR is protected in law by, for example, patent, copyright, trademarks, etc., which is enable people to earn recognition, financial benefit from what they invent. A copyright registration in India. Copyright registration, we have access Copyright Office website of Department of Promotion, Industry and Internal Trade, Government of India. I have given here copyright a web URL of copyright.gov.in of Copyright Office. We can make a practical also. This is copyright registration workflow. How we can make copyright. First of all, we are discussing about the online registration of registration process. You can also do offline. There are certain norms you have to give through your attorney, and you have to provide क्या बोलते हैं उसको legally you have to notify to your vakil, your lawyer, and offline form also available on the website. You can fill up it, and through your lawyer you can submit. Now online you have to first of all register yourself. There are two kinds of registration. One is for individual. Second for registration society, copyright society. And we are not dealing with copyright society. It's a different thing. We are dealing with an individual author or as a behalf of college or university or any publication company. First of all, filing of application along with fee or DD. It's okay. It's a later one. Issue of diary number. Then 30 days, whenever you apply, first of all, you have to register yourself. Then you have to apply for your literary work. For that, if you are owner of the work, then it's okay. But you are a businessman or a publication or a college, and you are publish something, either publish or unpublished work you have, and you want to take a copyright, at that time you have to mention कि you are a owner or you are an author. If you are an author, you are applicant, but you are not author or you are not a owner, then you have to take no objection certificate from the owner of the literary work. Once you apply for a particular work for copyright, there are 30 days time is there. If any objection filled or not filled, there are in chart shows that see objection filled, yes or no. If no, then scrutinization by examiner. There scrutiny committee is there and it will look into the matter. Then discrepancy, if they find any discrepancy, so discrepancy found, the discrepancy letter issued to the applicant, means any kind of objection they raise, you have to fulfill that objection, and then after they again scrutinize the things and they give the permission to you. This, and if object, any person have a right to object about the any kind of copyright things if they concern with that. If any person make an objection, then he has to send a letter within 30 days. The copyright office will issue a letter to both the party, and after receiving the answer, the hearing by the registrar of the copyright office, application, if they found the application is okay, they may be accept or may be reject. And after this process, once you accept, once the copyright office accept your application, they will get 45 to 60 days to issue a letter. This is a main application form. When you going to register yourself, this is, see, this is copyright.gov.in user registration login form. In this login form, you have to click here, new user registration. You have to register from here. Then instructions are given here. Enter your valid user ID and password to login. Click on new user registration if you are not registered. Note down user ID and password for future use. Click online copyright registration. Copyright registration form is filled. Complete 14 number form. Then press save. Then you have to have a signature. Scan signature of 512 KB ka signature if you have. If you don't have, then you have to make a photograph and reduce the size of your signature. Fill up the statement of particular and press save. Fill up the statement further particular. So we can go practically, then and then you can get the idea about how we can access the things. I am sharing a new screen for live practical. The screen is visible, sir?
Yes,
Hello?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. This is the Copyright Office website, official website of Copyright Office, Government of India. We can start from here. When you go on this website, see, here online service is there. E-filing of copyright application. There are two options are there. This is a copyright society. Only 3 societies are available all over India for different literary work. We have to come here, registration of copyright form number 14. See. Then this web page is there. If you click here, new user registration, then you have to click here. The one form is appear. In this form, you have to write down title, Mr., Mrs., name, surname, address, country. See, there are lots of countries are there, almost all the countries. But we have to write down here, India. This country also appear in various other forms when we claim for copyright. Then state, district, pin code, mobile number, email ID you have to write down here. Then choose your question. See, if you forget your password or username, at that time, this question, security question, will help you to recover your username or password. So these fixed 4 options are there. You have to choose and make your answer here. Then choose your type. Here, carefully you have to general user. You have to choose, not society user. This is for copyright society. If you have any association or society, then you can click here. Then you have to choose user ID and password here. Then instructions they have given here. User ID must be 5 to 20 character. Then password must have 8 to 20 character. And special cases, numerical, all these things you aware about. You have to register yourself. Then this captcha is there. You have to enter captcha and you have to submit it. I have created my own account and I log in with that account. See, after login, you can see this page. Select form type 14. So here 4 options are there. If you want to change something, form number 4 or relinquishment. If you have a given copyright away from other person, at that time you have to fill up from here. If you have a diary, once you submit your copyright things, the software generate a diary or title name. You can search your things, the status or all things through diary or title. Now here submitted or register. If you register, then they have other options, and you want to submit, then click here for submit. Then filing application, pending application, here, then workflow, upload, any discrepancy, reply, hiring documents, upload work and documents. See, you have to click here, e-filing of application. You are new about that and you want to submit your artistic work or your literary work. These are the first page, e-filing of application. Click on the here to online copyright registration. The online copyright registration, complete the form number 14, then save, fill up the statement of particular and then press, fill up the statement of future particulars, fill up the payment details. After successful submission, diary number will generate. Please make a print of hard copy, acknowledgement sheet, copyright registration report and send to by post, by speed post to this office. Once online, once you completed your filling up application, acknowledgement slip of the payment and copyright registration report, you have to take a printout and send to this office. Along with this, the list is here. See, the list is here. To original document or manuscript of your work should be sent along with your this application, hard copy. See, what should you have to submit when hard copy is sending on copyright office? Artistic work, three copies of the work. Document to be submitted by post by hand. Document to be uploaded online. So artistic works, music, we concern about literary work. 3 copies of our work. If you have a journal, if you have an article, if you have a book, so all the things in 3 copies you have to. Then DDIPO, if you pay online, then it's acknowledgement receipt, payment acknowledgement receipt you have to submit, or if you pay offline, then DD or IPO you have to submit here. Authorization form of author or publisher. Your work published by college or matlab copyright owner is publisher or your college or your university or any author, and behalf of them, or you want to get a copyright, then an authorization letter with the author or publisher you have to submit here. If the application is being filled through attorney or your lawyer, a specific power of attorney, the specific word is power of attorney, in original dual signed by the applicant and accepted by the attorney. The letter you have to submit here with original. And here one, document to be uploaded online. क्या क्या चाहिए? Authorization from author or publisher. जो scan किया होगा original one, you have to upload here. If the application is being filled through attorney, same thing is here. तो उसका जो letter है, वो letter भी आपको upload करना है. Then there are artistic work, cinema, cinematographic, film, music, sound recording and software, all having what should you have to submit online and offline when you try to process or submit copyright things. See, we are going to here apply for e-filing of application. Click here for online copyright. Now form number 14 will appear here. This is the steps. Step 1, 2, 3 and 4. Last 4 is payment. Then here instruction is given. I also send herewith duly completed the statement of further particular relating to the work. Means here you are abide, you have to submit 2 or 3 copies of your work with hard copy to office. In accordance with the rule 70 of the copyright 12, I have sent by letter and the letter from author, publisher, attorney. You have to mention here name, then address, pin code, and if you send the letter to the office, then you have to mention the date. Otherwise, you have to leave blank. Then save the party. If the 2 author, 3 author, then multiple authors, then each and every authors or publisher, the information you should mention here. Then communication on the subject may be you are a applicant and office will contact you. For the communication, you have to mention here. See, I am this is my address, pin code number 3622. Phone number. Then you have to accept it. Once you accept, and you have to save. Once you save here, you can go to the step number 2. Save. Now see, enter 6-digit pin code. Okay. Save. See, data save successfully. तो data okay करने से तो data save successfully. Then you go ahead with statement of particular, step number 2. Here, category of applicant, individual, business or others. If you are publisher, you are a college, university, or your publication published by university or college, and you are selling, your college and university is selling the things, publication, then you can click here for business. If you are owner of your book or journal or article, then individually you can click here. I here with individual, I apply for individual. Then India, select state, Gujarat, select district, Junagadh, Junagadh. Then applicant detail, I am owner. See, if author is different and owner is different. If I am owner, then same as a communication address. You have earlier you have mentioned that, and see Ravindra Suryakan Kale Chetna Yogeshwar Society. You can edit here, also you can delete here. If you want to make another person for as an applicant, you are an owner or you are applicant, the category of applicant the same. In that case, you can click here same as a communication address and you can fill the form. Then choose application signature. the signature is uploaded. Then nature of the applicant's interest in the copyright of the work. What is the nature? Are you author, owner, publisher, composer, producer, artist? You have to click here as a owner. I am make a process for my own work, then I am owner. If you author, then you can click here as a author or publisher. As a publisher or college or publisher as a college as a publisher or university as a publisher, you can click here for publisher. Composer, producer, artist, then owner. Class of the work. Here, literary, dramatic, artistic, cinematographic, film, sound recording, music, and computer software. You have to choose from these options. I have choose for literary and dramatic. Description of the work. Whatever the description you want to give for the office or the public, you can give within the 200 characters. It's not a compulsory. Aspect, read aspect means a compulsory. Title of the work. So, library science. Copyright. Then 6 number, language of the work. See Marathi. If you have a Marathi, then you have to choose a Marathi. Then name and address and nationality of the author, and if the author is deceased, sees the date of his decease. मतलब author की मृत्यु हो चुकी है, तो कब मृत्यु हुई है आपको यहां देना है. आप ऑनर हैं, अलग हैं, पब्लिशर हैं आप. If you are a publisher and you want to register particular literary work, then you have to give the detail of author. If you are an owner, I am here in case of owner, then same as applicant. So automatically the name will be appear here. No need to register again and again. Then 8 number, whether the work is published or unpublished. So publish hai, so you have to click here. Unpublished hai, and you want to register and make a copyright, then you have to click here as a unpublished. Year and country or first publication, you have to same as the author, same as the applicant. Means author is different and applicant is different, then and then you have to fill up here. Same in particular this case, I am the owner, I am the creator of literary work, then I am click here. Why unpublished? It's not. Why it's not coming? Indian nationality, Indian. Then say first publisher, same as applicant. Year and country subsequent publication, if any, and name and address and nationalities here, same as a application. It's not coming. But you have to select here same as a check when no data available. Why? Approve, same, yes. It's not working at present. See, I have selected English language, then this option is visible, and I have click here name and address and nationality of the owner. Then the Ravindra Suryakant Kale, the detail is appear here automatically. But why the language options, Marathi or something others, not they, this website is getting into, I don't know. If other person is there, then you have to fill 12. Same as a author or owner. You have to click here, same as a owner. Then this 13, 14, 15 and 16. This option for artistic work. So this is not for literary work. If you want to get a copyright for artistic work, then and then you have to fill the form, otherwise keep blank. Then after you have to save here. Okay, data successfully. Now in step number 3, is the work to be registered? मतलब वो पूछ रहे हैं कि have you registered किया है आपने कभी in original work? No. Then you have to answer this: translation of work in public domain, work in which copyright subset, all these things. If original work, then yes. If you click on yes, then automatically all this B to E option is chale jayenge. You have to just, it's original work. You are going to get a copyright for original work. आपने नो कर दिया, then all this question you have to answer. If the work is translation, abhi see, if work is not a original or a translation, then this second number, if the work is translation or adaptation of a work in which copyright subsists. So you have to give the details of all these things: title of the original work, language of the original work, all these things you have to mention here. After this, you have to save the things. Okay. Now the fourth stage. In this fourth stage, you have to make a payment through online gateway. For this literary work, you pay 500 rupees for literary or dramatic work. After the paying, acknowledgement receipt, payment acknowledgement receipt will appear here. You have to make a print, and the form, registration form, see, preview. You have to make a print of this application form number 14. See, particular this form, whatever the information you have submitted appear here in form, as a form, as an application. The name is here, your address, phone number. Most important thing is list of enclosure. 2 copies of work, but you have to send 3 copies. Then DDO, IPO, or acknowledgement receipt of online payment. If you have, then you have to submit hard copy here. So you have unpublished work, then manuscript you have to send, because 2 or 3 copies they are asking to submit. One copy they are kept with their office with stamp of copyright office. One copy they have sent to applicant. The applicant having a proof that your work is registered as a copyright office. This is very important for author and film script writer. They have many script in various topics. The script writer always register their work to the copyright office and they get on stamp on that manuscript, and when they stamp on manuscript and any producer or filmmaker asks them if you have any new script and he distribute a copy, Xerox copy of their own work to that particular producer or filmmaker, at that time filmmaker know that if this work is registered, so he can tamper or he can use that one without the permission of the copyright owner. So you have sent this particular form along with acknowledgement letter and 2 or 3 copies of your work to Registrar of Copyright Office. This is very important. So this is the whole process. I am not going to pay because this is a demo. That's why I am not going to pay for this. I want to show you details of processing fee. See, on the website, they are giving you the processing fee. Whenever you are going to register, apply for copyright registration, then this fees you have to pay for each and every course, every time. The license or republished literary or dramatic music or artistic work, 5,000 per work. Plus CD, DVD, if you have an app, if you have an app for Android version, then that time you have to submit code, software code is there. You have to submit the hard copy of that software code. Particular website you can get a copyright. Google website you can't get, but portion or something new you have to create on your website, you can get a copyright. See, there are so many options are there. Then literary, dramatic and music works, 500 per work. So you can go through this website and the charges and register yourself on this website. It's very easy, and you can register for your literary work. You can, as a librarian, you can register your college or university's publication and get a copyright for that. This is very important because in NAT, one criteria they are asking, the university or colleges have any copyright in that particular portion or criteria. You can show them if yes, we have this list of copyright registration work. So this is my demo and I am completing my lecture here with. If anybody have any questions, kindly ask me. The session is open for questions and answers.
Yes, any questions from participant friends? Now the session is open for the question answer. Please, if you have any doubts or queries, please ask to sir.
Participants, any doubts?
Mohini ma'am. Over to Mohini ma'am.
Yes, sir. Sir, please stop sharing your screen. As there is no question from participant side, we will conclude this session here. Thank you so much, Ravindra Kale, sir. We all academicians need to know about the copyright and patent laws, and you very wonderfully explained all this. And that knowledge of copyright norms and the process of registration for it is necessary for all of us. You gave us the live demo of the registration process and explained the various stages related to it. I hope that this is going to be very beneficial for all us academicians. On behalf of the organizing team, I express my gratitude to you, sir, that you accepted our invitation and enlightened us with your knowledge. Thank you so much, sir. Now we will move towards the second session, but the resource person has not joined yet. We will wait for some time.
Ali sir, thank you very much for
Okay,
your nice session.
Thank you, sir. लिव करू शकतो मी?
चालेल सर, चालेल.
हो.
Thank you sir, thank you very much.
The resource person of second session is joining soon, so please wait for some time. Hello. Sir. Second, this is also the copyright video editing. Jim,
rights, licenses, and copyright requirements.
I know. I read our copyright policy when I joined the company.
Good. That's a start. But it really comes down to what we do on a daily basis. If you have a few minutes, I can explain the basics of copyright to you.
Okay.
Article 1, Section 8 of the U.S. Constitution gives Congress the power to promote the progress of science and useful arts by securing, for limited times, to authors and inventors the exclusive right to their respective writings and discoveries. It means that in the United States, a copyright holder has some exclusive rights to his or her work, and those rights are protected by U.S. copyright law.
Oh, I always thought no copyright symbol, no problem.
Nope. Copyright is automatic. As soon as something is captured in a fixed format, such as being written down or recorded, it is protected by copyright. Neither registration or publication are required, nor is the use of the copyright symbol. Although it's a good idea to use the copyright symbol as it reminds people that the work is protected by copyright.
So what are the copyright holders' rights?
Copyright holders have the exclusive right to copy, distribute, perform, and display their work, and the right to create a derivative work, like when a book is made into a movie. But this is why you may need permission if you want to email a research report to your project team or a customer, post an article or a report on a company wiki or an intranet site, reprint articles in the company newsletter, post a news story about our company on our website, or make a photocopy of a newspaper article and hand out at a meeting.
Really? For everything?
Well, a lot of things, such as books, magazine and online articles, songs, screenplays, choreography, photos, artwork, podcasts, and software. They're all protected by copyright. But not everything. Ideas, facts, and data are not protected by copyright law. Logos and taglines aren't either, although they might be protected by trademark law. Anything created by the U.S. government is not covered by copyright law, neither are works for which the copyright has expired.
But what about fair use? If it's for our research, doesn't fair use mean I can use the material?
Maybe. Fair use recognizes that certain uses of the copyright protected work do not require permission from the copyright holder. Fair use allows for the use of the copyright protected work for commentary, parody, news reporting, research, and education. The U.S. Copyright Act lists 4 factors to help determine when a use may be considered fair use. The first is the purpose and character of the use. If the use is intended to help derive financial or other business benefit, then it is less likely to be considered fair use. That usually ends the analysis for most business uses. Next is the nature of the copyrighted work. The use of a purely factual work is more likely to be considered fair use than the use of a creative work. Third, an evaluation of the amount and substantiality considers how much of the work was used. Even a small portion may be too much to qualify as fair use if what is used is the heart of the work. And finally, fair use considers the effect of the use on the market or the potential market. If your use is likely to result in economic loss to the copyright holder, then it is less likely to be considered fair use. None of these factors alone is enough to determine fair use. You have to weigh all four in order to determine if the use is really fair use.
Oh,
This stuff is confusing. For example, many people confuse the physical ownership of a book or a CD with owning the copyright to that work. The first sale doctrine permits lending, reselling, disposing, etc. of the item, but it does not permit reproducing the material, performing it, or any of the copyright holder's other exclusive rights. Attribution is another area of confusion. People think if they just cite their source, they're good to go. But attribution is not a substitute for copyright permission. If the work is protected by copyright, you must obtain permission from the copyright holder or their agent in order to use it. And lots of people confuse the legal concept of the public domain with the fact that a work may be publicly available, such as information found in books or on the internet. The public domain comprises all those works that are either no longer protected by copyright or never were.
oh, I see.
Most people do not intentionally violate copyright law. Like you, they are simply unaware of their responsibilities as they go about their everyday activities, which often involve the use and distribution of published information.
Is this a big problem?
Imagine millions of employees moving billions of documents around the world with no idea what their copyright responsibilities are. It kills me.
I guess it is a big problem. But does it really matter? I mean, who's going to know?
It matters for many reasons. First and foremost, it's the law. It's unlawful to infringe on the rights of copyright holders. They can sue for damages or to recoup lost profits as a result of infringement, which is costly and, well, looks bad for the company. It's also a matter of ethics. Demonstrating respect for the rights of copyright holders is simply the right thing to do. When we generate intellectual property, we want our rights respected, so we should respect the rights of others. And finally, copyright ensures the continued availability of the high-value material we rely on. Our needs are served by copyright holders' information development, and the royalties we pay fuel further development.
Very interesting. So what do we do when we want to use copyrighted information?
I'm always here to help, but the best advice I can give you is know the facts, remember your responsibilities, and when in doubt, get permission.
Good afternoon and welcome to the second session. The topic of today's the second session is how to make IPR acceptable PPT, and the resource person for this session is Dr. Amit Tembune sir. Dr. Amit Tembune is the Director of Physical Education since 2010 at MB Patel College, Sakoli, District Bandara in Maharashtra. He has done MBA, qualified NET in 2007, PhD at Avenue Nagpur University in 2014. He is having 15 years of working experience at UG and PG level. He is a national level player in football and also played in various national level competitions and also won gold and bronze at All India University Football Championship. He is also qualified level O certified fitness trainer from NCA Bangalore. He is a former fitness trainer at Vidarbha Ranji team at VCA Nagpur. He is also an office bearer of Nagpur District Baseball Association. He is Joint Secretary of Academy of Physical Education. He has published 24 research papers in various national and international journals, conferences, and seminar proceedings. He has also presented various papers in national and international journals, conferences, and seminars. He has worked as a selection committee chairman and a member in various games committee of Nagpur University. He is a facilitator and conducts guiding and training programs, workshops, and seminars for physical education fraternity and organized various national and international level seminars. His area of interest are sports medicine, sports coaching, training, and fitness. On behalf of the organizing team, I welcome you, sir, and request you to take this over. Over to you, Tembune, sir.
मोहिनी मैम.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Prince sir. Sir, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clearly.
Okay. Prince sir, shall I start?
Yes, sir. Please.
Okay. सर, मेरा पीपीटी विजिबल है?
हाँ सर, हाँ विजिबल है, क्लियरली विजिबल है.
Okay. So, first of all, I welcome all the participants in this workshop organized by SBCT College and Matri Seva Sangh Institute of Social Work, Nagpur. And साथ ही साथ मैं स्पेशल थैंक देना चाहूँगा इस वर्कशॉप के जो कन्वीनर्स है, डॉक्टर सुजीत मैत्री सर जो कि प्रिंसिपल है एसबीसीटी कॉलेज नागपुर, और डॉक्टर केशव वाड़कर सर जो कि ऑफिशिएटिंग प्रिंसिपल है मातृ सेवा संघ इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ सोशल वर्क नागपुर के. साथ ही साथ प्रोग्राम कोऑर्डिनेटर्स डॉक्टर मोहिनी भेरवानी मैम, लाइब्रेरियन है एसबीसीटी कॉलेज नागपुर, और डॉक्टर प्रिंस आकाशी सर जो कि लाइब्रेरियन है मातृ सेवा संघ इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ सोशल वर्क नागपुर से. और सभी ऑर्गेनाइज को फिर से शुरू करने से पहले बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद कि मुझे आप सबके समक्ष यहाँ प्रस्तुत करने का जो है रहने का मौका दिया है. तो दोस्तों आगे बढ़ते हैं. मोहिनी मैम का जिस समय मुझसे बात हुआ तो मैम का कहना था कि सर हमें आईपीआर का जो एक वर्कशॉप लेना है, तो आप ऐसा टॉपिक लीजिए कि थोड़ा सा कुछ अलग हो. और उन्होंने मुझे कहा था कि क्रिएशन ऑफ आईपीआर फॉर एक्सेप्टेबल आईपीआर एक्सेप्टेबल पीपीटी. ये हमने सोच के रखा हुआ है. क्या सर आप इसके ऊपर में हमें मार्गदर्शन कर पाएंगे? तो मैंने इसके ऊपर में बहुत सोचा और उसके बाद में मैडम को कहा कि ठीक है, इसके ऊपर में जो आपने जो हमें टॉपिक दिया है उसको मैं बखूबी निभाने की कोशिश करूंगा, और कोशिश करूंगा कि हमारे जो पार्टिसिपेंट्स है उन लोगों को रूबरू करा सकूं कि आईपीआर एक्सेप्टेबल पीपीटी जो है वो किस प्रकार से बनाई जा सकती. दोस्तों वैसे देखा जाए तो आईपीआर की पीपीटी कैसी बनानी है इसके कोई नॉर्म्स मुझे दिखे नहीं, और ये मेरे लिए बहुत चैलेंजिंग था. और मैंने कोशिश की है कि इन सब का स्टडी करने के बाद में आपको जो है इसके बारे में मैं कैसे रूबरू करा सकूं. तो आगे बढ़ते हैं. फ्रेंड्स, जैसा आप सभी को पता है कि इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट क्या होती है. इसके पहले के जितने भी टॉपिक हुए उसमें सब कुछ कवर हो चुका है, फिर भी मैं इसके ऊपर में प्रकाश डालना चाहूँगा कि इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट जो है वो हमारी बौद्धिक जो भी संपदा है वो है, उसके कानून क्या है, हमारे अधिकार क्या है, उससे रिलेटेड है. जिस प्रकार से इंसान की किसी प्रकार की संपत्ति होती है, चाहे आपकी प्रॉपर्टी हो, आपकी कार हो, या फिर आपके पास में और कुछ चीजें हो, ये आपकी संपत्ति हो गई, ये भौतिक संपत्ति हो गई. उसी प्रकार से इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट मतलब आपकी जो बौद्धिक संपदा है. अब बौद्धिक संपदा में क्या आएगा, समझिए आपको अगर किसी प्रकार की कविता आ गई, किसी प्रकार की शायरी आ रही है, किसी प्रकार का आपने पोर्ट्रेट बनाया, डिजाइन बनाया, किसी प्रकार का आपने जैसा इंडस्ट्रियल अगर आप देखते हैं तो फैन का डिजाइन हो गया, कार का डिजाइन अगर हो गया, तो ये आपने अगर बनाया और आपको लगता है कि ये आपका क्रिएशन है और इसका यूज जो है वो किसी दूसरे ने जो है कॉपी करके नहीं करना चाहिए खुद के फायदे के लिए, क्योंकि ये आपका क्रिएशन है। तो इसके अधिकार जो है उसके लिए जो है कुछ कानून बने। तो इसके लिए अगर हम पीछे जाते हैं तो 15वीं सदी में जब प्रिंटिंग प्रेस का आविष्कार हुआ तो उस समय ऐसा हुआ कि प्रिंटिंग प्रेस जो प्रकाशित करते थे दूसरे लोग भी उसको एज इट इज कॉपी करके जो है सामने प्रस्तुत करते थे। तो यहाँ पर इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट जो है, बौद्धिक संपदा जो है, इसकी जरूरत महसूस हुई। तो 19वीं शताब्दी में जो है इंटरनेशनल इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जो है ये बनाने की शुरुआत हुई और 1967 में जो है ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बना और इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स के जो नियम है इसमें बनाए गए। और 1975 में भारत जो है इस इंटरनेशनल इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में जो है सम्मिलित हुआ। तो मेन चीज जो इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट में आती है वो 4 चीजें मैंने यहाँ पर दी है। जैसा कि कॉपीराइट, आप सब जानते हैं कि कॉपीराइट क्या होता है। आपने अगर किसी प्रकार का कोई लेख लिखा, किसी प्रकार का आपने इमेज बनाया, आपने किसी प्रकार का डिजाइन बनाया और आप चाहते हैं कि इसको किसी ने कॉपी नहीं करना चाहिए क्योंकि ये आपकी बुद्धि से आपने बनाया है, ये आपने इजाद किया हुआ है और ऐसे कैसे कोई दूसरा यूज करेगा। तो इसके लिए जो है ये कॉपीराइट बना हुआ है। इसके बाद में ट्रेडमार्क्स। ट्रेडमार्क जैसा आप सबको पता है कि एप्पल का लोगो हो गया, कोका कोला का लोगो हो गया, एयरटेल का लोगो हो गया। तो ये ट्रेडमार्क जो है दूसरा कोई यूज न करे, इसलिए ये ट्रेडमार्क का नियम है। इसके बाद में इंडस्ट्रियल डिजाइन, जैसा कार का पर्टिकुलर कार का कोई डिजाइन हो गया या आपने पर्टिकुलर कंपनी के अगर फैन देखते हैं तो ये इंडस्ट्रियल डिजाइन हो गए। इसके बाद में पैटेंट्स, आपने किसी प्रकार का कोई आविष्कार किया या बिजनेस का कोई आइडिया बनाया तो ये किसी ने कॉपी नहीं करना चाहिए। या फिर आपने अपने बिजनेस को प्रमोट करने के लिए उसके पीछे थीम के लिए एक म्यूजिक बनाया, तो ये सबको संरक्षित करने के लिए जो है वो पेटेंट्स लिया जा सकता है। और उसके बाद में ज्योग्राफिकल इंडिकेशंस, जैसा कि हमारे महाराष्ट्र में अगर कोल्हापुर की चप्पल हो गई, राजस्थान की अगर हम देखें तो सॉरी जयपुर जो है उसकी जो चादरें है वो हो गई, कश्मीर का केसर हो गया, आगरे का पेठा हो गया। तो ये ज्योग्राफिकल इंडिकेशंस के जो कानून के अंतर्गत जो है ये सारी चीजें आती है। अब जैसे ही मुझे ये टॉपिक मिला तो मैंने इसके ऊपर में बहुत सारे विचार विमर्श किए, बहुत सी स्टडी की और स्टडी करने के बाद में मैं इस कंक्लूजन पे पहुंचा हूँ कि आईपीआर एक्सेप्टेबल पीपीटी में क्या होना चाहिए। तो जैसा आप मेरा अगर पावर पॉइंट प्रेजेंटेशन देखते हैं तो आपको पता चलेगा कि यहाँ पर जो मैंने कंटेंट यूज किया है, ठीक है, इसके पहले डॉक्टर आशीष लिंगे सर का जो है एक लेक्चर हुआ था जिसमें क्रिएशन ऑफ पीपीटी जो है, तो सर ने बहुत सारी चीजें जो है डीप में आप लोगों को बताई। बहुत अच्छा जो टॉपिक था उन्होंने लिया था। तो यहाँ पर भी आप देख सकते हैं कि मैंने पावर पॉइंट प्रेजेंटेशन में कौन कौन सी चीजें यूज की है। तो आप जैसे जैसे आगे बढ़ते जाएंगे तो आप समझते जाएंगे कि मैं आपको क्या बताना चाह रहा हूँ एक्चुअली, ठीक है। तो आईपीआर एक्सेप्टेबल पीपीटी की अगर बात करते हैं हम, तो सबसे पहले जो है मेरे जहन में जो है एक ही बात है, वो है कॉपीराइट, ठीक है। अब कॉपीराइट क्यों? अब जैसा मैं आप लोगों के सामने एक पावर पॉइंट प्रेजेंटेशन कर रहा हूँ और ये पावर पॉइंट प्रेजेंटेशन मैंने पब्लिश कर दिया यूट्यूब के ऊपर। अब यूट्यूब पर मैंने ये यहाँ पर जो कुछ भी इमेजेस ली है, जो कुछ भी फॉन्ट्स लिए हैं, जो कुछ भी डिजाइन अगर मैंने ले लिए और इसके ओरिजिनल ओनर को पता चल गया कि मैंने जो है यहाँ पर यूज किया है जो कि लाइसेंसेबल था, लेने से पहले मैंने उनकी परमिशन लेनी चाहिए थी, मैंने यहाँ रेफरेंसिंग नहीं की है, तो इस कंडीशन में वो मेरे ऊपर में जो है केस दाखिल कर सकता है और मुझे पनिश किया जा सकता है। तो मुझे ये दिमाग में ये आया कि किसी भी पीपीटी को बनाने से पहले जो है कॉपीराइट इशू के ऊपर में ध्यान देना बहुत जरूरी है। ठीक है, कॉपीराइट इशू मतलब आपके दिमाग से निकला हुआ क्रिएशन जो है वो आपने बनाया और ये आपकी संपत्ति है और आपको लगता है कि इसका जो अधिकार है वो आप तक ही रहना चाहिए, किसी ने इसको यूज नहीं करना चाहिए। ठीक है, तो ये हो गया आपका कॉपीराइट इशू। इसमें कुछ भी हो सकता है, इमेजेस हो गया, पिक्चर्स हो गई, आप लोगों ने कोई डिजाइन बनाया है, कुछ भी हो सकता है। अब सबसे पहले जानने की कोशिश ये करना चाहिए हमने कि कॉपीराइट में एक्सक्लूसिव राइट जो है ओनर के कौन से हो। सबसे पहले तो मैं यहाँ पर बताऊंगा कि मेक कॉपीज ऑफ वर्क एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूट इट, मतलब अगर आपने कोई चीज बनाई, ठीक है, तो उसकी कॉपीज और उसका जो वर्क है, आपके वर्क की जो कॉपीज है वो आप बना सकते हो और उसको मार्केट में डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हो। उसके बाद में परफॉर्म वर्क फॉर पब्लिसिटी, आपके किए हुए काम के जो है उसकी पब्लिसिटी का जो काम है वो आप कर सकते हैं क्योंकि ये आपने इजाद किया है। इसके लिए आप किसी दूसरे आपके काम को खुद के नाम से पब्लिसिटी करने का अधिकार दूसरे को नहीं है। डिस्प्ले वर्क फॉर पब्लिसिटी, ओके। आपको अगर लगता है कि आपका किया हुआ काम जो है उसकी प्रदर्शनी लगानी है ताकि लोग जो है उससे अवगत हो सके, तो आप इसकी भी पब्लिसिटी करने के लिए डिस्प्ले वर्क लगा सकते हैं। मेक डेरिवेटिव फॉर वर्क्स, या फिर आपके काम को लगता है कि आपको जो है किसी व्यक्ति को आप अगर परमिशन देना चाहते हैं कि इसको आगे बढ़ा सके, या फिर आपके किए हुए काम को उसमें और कुछ ऐड करके उसको और आगे बढ़ाया जा सके, तो इसका अधिकार जो है वो ओनर को होता है। तो ये चार चीजें समझना यहाँ पर बहुत जरूरी है। अब जो स्टडी की मैंने उसके बाद में कुछ चीजें मेरे ध्यान में आई कि कॉपीराइट और पेटेंट जो है इसकी कुछ कंट्रोवर्सीज मैंने ध्यान दी इसके ऊपर में। यहाँ पर आप दो लोगो देख सकते हैं, एक है, पहला है याहू का, ठीक है, और दूसरा है याहू इंडिया का। क्या हुआ, याहू ने वर्ल्ड लेवल पर जो है एक डोमेन खरीदा अपने नाम से और उसका लोगो इस प्रकार से था। अब इंडिया के एक बंदे को ये सुझा कि क्यों ना याहू के नाम से इंडिया का कोई डोमेन में खरीदा जाए, तो उसने क्या किया, याहू इंडिया के नाम से डोमेन खरीद दिया। अब ये पता चला याहू वर्ल्ड के ओनर को, क्या होने लगा यहाँ पर, अब याहू के नाम से यहाँ पर कंफ्यूजन क्रिएट होने लग गया। तो यहाँ पर इन दोनों में डिस्प्यूट हुआ और ये कानूनी कार्रवाई के लिए आगे बढ़ा। इसके बाद में ये कोको कोला और बिस्लरी के बीच का जो है एक डिस्प्यूट था, ओके, मतलब ये जो माजा की जो बोतल है, ओके, तो इसके जो राइट्स है बिस्लरी से कोको कोला ने खरीदे। अब क्या हुआ, इसका जो ओनर था इसने बाहर देश जाकर फिर से इसी डिजाइन का बोतल में दूसरे कंपनी का नाम लगा के वो अपना प्रोडक्ट सेल करने लग गया। और बाद में कोको कोला को पता चला कि भाई ये तो बाहर देश में जाकर सेम जो चीजें बेच रहा है, तो फिर से उन्होंने उनको अप्रोच किया कि भाई आपने तो सारे राइट्स हमें बेचे थे, है ना, तो इसका जो भी पेटेंट था वो आपने हमें बेचा था, तो आप इसको कैसे यूज कर सकते हो। तो ये एक अलग जो है डिस्प्यूट था। अब इसके बाद में एक थर्ड जो है वो फेमस है, आप लोगों ने भी पढ़ा होगा कि दिल्ली में एक रामेश्वरी नाम की जेरोक्स सेंटर था, उसने ऑक्सफोर्ड यूनिवर्सिटी का कोई एक बुक पब्लिश किया था, तो हुआ था उस समय, तो उसकी ओरिजिनल कॉस्ट बहुत ज्यादा थी। तो ये महाशय क्या करते थे कि उसकी कॉपीज जो है कम रेट में बनाकर स्टूडेंट लोगों को जो है वो बेचा करते थे। तो ये पता चला ऑक्सफोर्ड के यूनिवर्सिटी को, तो ऑक्सफोर्ड ओनर ने रामेश्वरी जो जेरोक्स सेंटर है उनके ऊपर में केस दाखिल किया। तो ये एक बहुत अलग कंट्रोवर्सीज थी। तो इसलिए याद रखिएगा कि आपको अगर आईपीआर एक्सेप्टेबल कोई भी पीपीटी बनानी है या फिर और भी आगे आप कोई काम करते हैं और किसी प्रकार का पीपीटी बनाती है, तो आपको यहाँ पर क्या याद रखना है कि आपके ऊपर में किसी भी प्रकार का कॉपीराइट इशू न आए, ठीक है। इसमें क्या क्या चीजें आप लेते हैं पीपीटी बनाने के लिए? आप इमेज ले सकते हो, आप पिक्चर ले सकते हो, आप डिजाइन ले सकते हो, पीपीटी का बैकग्राउंड ले सकते हो, या पीपीटी में आप कोई साउंड यूज कर रहे हैं, या फिर किसी प्रकार का आप फॉन्ट यूज कर रहे हो। ठीक है, तो आप याद रखिएगा कि ये यूज करते समय और पब्लिकली आपने इसको पब्लिश किया तो आपके ऊपर में किसी प्रकार का कॉपीराइट इश्यू न आए। तो याद रखिएगा कि आपको कॉपीराइट फ्री कंटेंट यूज करना है। ओके, अब कौन सी चीजें यहाँ पर याद रखनी है ये भी याद रखिए। सबसे पहले मैंने बता दिया आपको कि कॉपीराइट फ्री आपको चीजें याद रखना है। मार्केट में बहुत सारी चीजें जो है अवेलेबल है। एक तो पेड भी है, मतलब आपको अगर कोई कंटेंट यूज करना है और वो उसकी कोई फीस अगर वो ले रहे हैं तो वो आप जो है फीस पे करके उसका पेड वर्जन खरीद सकते हो। या फिर साथ ही साथ आपको लगता है कि कुछ चीजें जो है फ्री में भी अवेलेबल है, रॉयल्टी फ्री जो चीजें होती है वो भी चीजें अवेलेबल है, लेकिन आप लोगों को तरीके पता रहना चाहिए कि रॉयल्टी फ्री जो इमेजेस है या जो कंटेंट है वो कहाँ से आपको लेना है, उसके तरीके पता रहना चाहिए, तभी आप उस कंटेंट को यूज कर पाओगे और ये कॉपीराइट का जो इशू है इसमें आप फंसोगे नहीं। उसके बाद में गूगल के ऊपर में आप जब इमेज सर्च करते हो कोई, तो वहाँ पर बॉटम राइट कॉर्नर में आप एक चीज ध्यान रखिएगा कि जब भी आप वहाँ पर आपका माउस का कर्सर ले जाओगे तो वहाँ पर लाइसेंसेबल या फिर पेड ऐसा लिख कर आएगा। माने अगर आपको कोई इमेज या कोई कंटेंट अगर पसंद आ रहा है तो आप जो है उस पर क्लिक कर कर उसका लाइसेंस खरीद सकते हो, मतलब आपको यूज करने का वो लाइसेंस आपको देगी। ठीक है, लेकिन उसके नाम से पब्लिसिटी करने का अधिकार मिल गया ऐसा नहीं है। आपको आपके काम के लिए उस कंटेंट को यूज करने का लाइसेंस मिल रहा है, तो उसकी कुछ पर्टिकुलर फीस भरने के बाद। ठीक है, तो इस प्रकार से आपकी जो पीपीटी बनाने के लिए ये जो चीजें हैं आप यूज कर सकते हैं। अब आगे बढ़ेंगे। अब मैंने यहाँ पर कुछ रिसोर्सेज दी है पीपीटी क्रिएशन करने की। अब मेनली पीपीटी तैयार करने के लिए 4 प्रकार की चीजें हम लोगों को लगती है। सबसे पहले तो हम जो लिख रहे हैं उसके लिए फॉन्ट कौन कौन से होने चाहिए। देखिए फॉन्ट का महत्व देखिए, मैंने यहाँ पर 3 प्रकार के फॉन्ट डाले। तीनों के फॉन्ट का लुक जो है वो बहुत ही अलग है और देखने वालों का ध्यान उसके तरफ एकदम से चल जाता है। ठीक है, तो फॉन्ट का बहुत महत्वपूर्ण यूज है किसी भी पीपीटी बनाने के लिए। तो फॉन्ट यूज करने के लिए हमारे पास में वैसे गूगल के जो फॉन्ट्स है बहुत सारे जो है कंपनी की तरफ से हम लोगों को जब भी हम डिवाइस खरीदते हैं तो साथ ही मिल जाता है। ठीक है, लेकिन हमको कुछ तो भी अलग अगर हमें चाहिए तो हम लोगों को कुछ पर्टिकुलर साइट के ऊपर में जाकर जो है ये फॉन्ट एक तो खरीदने पड़ते हैं, या फिर मैं आपको ऐसी कुछ साइट बताने जाऊंगा यहाँ पर कि आप जो फॉन्ट है फ्री में डाउनलोड कर सकते हो। बहुत अच्छे अच्छे डिजाइनर फॉन्ट्स है वहाँ पर। उसके बाद में नेक्स्ट थिंग हमको क्या लगता है कि अगर हमको किसी चीज को बताना है तो सिर्फ शब्दों से नहीं बता सकते। अगर हम वहां पर किसी प्रकार का इमेज अगर इंसर्ट करते हैं तो श्रोता जो है या हमारे जो स्टूडेंट्स है उन लोगों को सुनने के लिए और देखने के लिए, मतलब आपका कान और आपके आंखें दोनों इंगेज हो जाती है, क्योंकि इमेज की तरफ में हमारा ध्यान जो है बहुत अच्छे तरीके से जाता है। तो इमेजेस कौन कौन सी हम जो है रॉयल्टी फ्री इमेजेस और अच्छी इमेजेस जो फ्री में आप लोगों को अवेलेबल है एचडी इमेजेस, एचडी क्वालिटी की, वो भी मैं यहाँ पर आपको बताऊंगा। उसके बाद में आइकॉन्स। समझिए हमारा ये प्रोग्राम जो है हमने ये ब्रोशर बनाया और उस ब्रोशर में हमको जूम का आइकॉन चाहिए, बट जूम का आइकॉन जो है हम उनकी परमिशन के बगैर यूज नहीं कर सकते। ठीक है, तो हमें ये फ्री में कैसे मिलेगा? ठीक है, व्हाट्सएप का आइकॉन हो गया, फेसबुक का हो गया, गूगल मीट का हो गया, या आपको कोई पर्टिकुलर आइकॉन चाहिए, साइंस से रिलेटेड कुछ हो गया, स्पोर्ट्स से रिलेटेड कुछ हो गया, तो फ्री में आइकॉन कौन कौन से हम यूज कर सकते हैं उसके रिसोर्सेज भी मैं यहाँ पर आपको बताऊंगा। इसके बाद में इलस्ट्रेशंस। ठीक है, यहाँ पर नीचे में मैंने एक इलस्ट्रेशन डाला हुआ है। इस प्रकार के इलस्ट्रेशन जो है कौन कौन सी आप यूज कर सकते हो, वो भी फ्री में। ये सारी चीजें जो है मैं आपको बताऊंगा। तो फ्रेंड्स, यहाँ पर एक ध्यान देने वाली चीज ये है कि याद रखिएगा, जब भी आप कोई भी पीपीटी बनाते हो, उस पीपीटी के ऊपर में आपको कम से कम कंटेंट यूज करना है, और हो सके तो वहां पर किसी प्रकार का इमेज, आइकॉन या इलस्ट्रेशन डालकर उसको एक्सप्लेन करने की कोशिश करिए। तो आपकी पीपीटी की जो ब्यूटी है वो बहुत मेंटेन रहेगी। साथ में बहुत सारे एनिमेशंस भी आजकल आ गई है, आप वीडियोस डाल सकते हो, आप म्यूजिक उसमें प्ले कर सकते हो। तो हमारे श्रोताओं को कौन सी चीज पसंद आएगी या उनका ध्यान हम किस प्रकार से आकर्षित कर पाएंगे, इसके ऊपर में ध्यान देना बहुत जरूरी है। तो मैं यहाँ पर जो टिप्स आपको यूज कर बताने जा रहा हूँ उसके तरफ में आप ध्यान दीजिएगा, और आपका जो वर्क है वो सच में जो है वो सराहनीय होगा अगर आप ऐसा करोगे। ठीक है, अब यहाँ हम आगे बढ़े। अब मैंने कहा था कि आपको इमेजेस जो है वो फ्री, रॉयल्टी फ्री इमेजेस, ठीक है, फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट, कौन कौन सी साइट के ऊपर में अवेलेबल मिलेंगे। ठीक है, तो अगर आपके पास में पेन पेपर होगा तो आप लिख सकते हैं। यहाँ पर सारी इमेजेस जितनी भी मैंने आजू बाजू में डाली हुई है ये इन्हीं की साइट के ऊपर से जाकर लिया है। फर्स्ट है unsplash.com। ठीक है, आपको आपके सब्जेक्ट से रिलेटेड जो भी इमेजेस चाहिए वहां पर जाकर सर्च ऑप्शन में आप डालिए, आपको एचडी इमेजेस और बहुत ही क्रिएटिव और अट्रैक्टिव इमेजेस जो है वहां पर मिलेगी। ठीक है, फर्स्ट है unsplash.com। तो इसके बाद में आप लोगों को प्रैक्टिकली करके भी दिखाने वाला हूँ कि किस प्रकार से इमेजेस डाउनलोड की जाती है। ओके, सेकंड है pixabay.com। ठीक है, ये जो बाजू का जो इमेज जो मैंने लिया है वो pixabay.com से लिया। उसके बाद में victizy.com। ओके, ये इलस्ट्रेशन जो लिया हुआ है या इमेज जो मैंने लिया हुआ है ये victizy.com का है। ये dribble.com के इमेजेस है। उसके बाद में ये pixel.com के इमेजेस है। और सबसे अंत में मेरा जो फेवरेट है वो है रिमूव। अपनी शुरुआत में मेरा जो पीपीटी देखा उसमें मेरा खुद का इमेज जो है वो बैकग्राउंड रिमूव करके जो मैंने डाला है वो रिमूव बीजी की साइड से डाला हुआ है। ठीक है, तो इसमें से 2-4 एग्जांपल पहले हम लोग देख लेते हैं। ओके, सो ये पहला मैंने बताया था आपको dribble.com। अब यहाँ पर हम स्पोर्ट्स से रिलेटेड कोई एक आधा इमेज ढूंढते हैं। तो यहाँ पर आपको बहुत सारे इमेजेस जो है फ्री टू यूज है, एचडी इमेजेस है जो देखने के लिए आपको मिल जाएगी। ऑलराइट, दिख रहा है? ठीक है, आप ऊपर जाकर इसको जो है सेव भी कर सकते हैं। नेक्स्ट, मैंने कहा था pixabay.com। अगर मैं यहाँ पर कोई बुक का इमेज ढूंढना चाहता हूँ, ओके, तो ये इतनी सारी इमेजेस जो है वो यहाँ पर हमें देता है। ओके, जैसा मैंने ये बुक का शेल्फ लिया। ओके, तो ये आप फ्री में डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं। ये डाउनलोड का ऑप्शन यहाँ पर अवेलेबल है, ये यहाँ पर आप फ्री में ये कर सकते हो डाउनलोड। मोहिनी मैम, मेरा स्क्रीन विजिबल है?
यस सर, विजिबल है।
विजिबल है ना? ओके। इसके बाद में pixels.com। ओके, यहाँ पर भी रॉयल्टी फ्री एचडी इमेजेस जो है आपको फ्री में अवेलेबल है। समझिए मैं नेचर से रिलेटेड कोई इमेज, बैकग्राउंड या वीडियो ढूंढना चाहता हूँ, तो मैंने यहाँ पर जस्ट सर्च बॉक्स में टाइप कर दिया नेचर। ओके, तो इतनी सारी ऑप्शंस जो है आपके सामने खुल जाएंगे। आपके काम से रिलेटेड आपको जो भी इमेज डाउनलोड करनी है वो आप इजीली यहाँ से फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट जो है एचडी इमेजेस डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं। ओके, ये फ्री डाउनलोड का ऑप्शन यहाँ पर आया हुआ है। ओके, और आप इसको इजीली डाउनलोड करके जो है आपके वर्क के लिए इसको फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट यूज कर सकते हैं। आपके ऊपर में कोई भी कॉपीराइट क्लेम जो है वो आएगा नहीं। ओके, इसके बाद में मैं यहाँ पर आपको नेक्स्ट जो है वो बताना चाहूंगा कि आपके पास में अगर कोई भी इमेज अगर अवेलेबल है, ओके, और उसको बहुत अच्छे तरीके से अगर आपको आपके प्रेजेंटेशन में यूज करना है तो आप किस प्रकार से उसको यूज कर सकते हो। ओके, तो मैं आपको यहाँ पर एक चीज बताना चाहूंगा। एक रिमूव विजी का जो ऑप्शन है वो यहाँ पर मैं आपको दिखाना चाहूंगा कि किस प्रकार से आप जो है किसी भी इमेज का। हाँ मैडम,
आपको भेजती हूँ पहले।
हेलो, हाँ मैडम, कुछ प्रॉब्लम है?
नहीं सर, मैं
हाँ मैडम, दिख रहा है स्क्रीन?
यस सर दिखा है।
ओके, तो यहाँ पर मैं बताना चाहूंगा, जैसा हम ये एक पिक्साबे से लिया हुआ एक आधा इमेज यहाँ पर डालते हैं। ओके, उसमें बैकग्राउंड था, अब मैंने ये बैकग्राउंड रिमूव किया। ओके, और बैकग्राउंड रिमूव करने के बाद में ये जो इमेज है ये मैंने यहाँ पर डाउनलोड कर। तो अब मैं यहाँ पर आपको बताऊंगा कि दोनों इमेजेस में देखिए फर्क कितना दिखेगा आपको यहाँ पर। ठीक है, थोड़ा सा प्रैक्टिकल करके देखेंगे हम यहाँ पर। सीधा कॉपी पेस्ट करते हैं। ठीक है, इसको अगर छोटा करने जाएंगे तो थोड़ा समय लगेगा हमको। आपके पास में अगर अच्छे वर्जन का विंडो है तो आप जो है इसको ऑटोमेटिकली भी सेट कर सकते हो, बट मेरा विंडोज 7 रहने के कारण मुझे जो है मैनुअली इसको सेट करना पड़ेगा। ठीक है, ओके, ये हमारा ओरिजिनल इमेज है। अब हमने जो रिमूव बैकग्राउंड किया था, अब वो हम यहाँ पर डालेंगे, तो आपको दोनों में यही फर्क पता चल जाएगा कि देखिए क्या। ऑलराइट, ये बैकग्राउंड के साथ में इमेज ओरिजिनल जो है वो, और दूसरा जो है ये हमारा विदाउट बैकग्राउंड। ओके, तो इस प्रकार से जो है आप फर्क महसूस कर सकते हैं। ओके, तो रिमूव बैकग्राउंड का यूज करके जो है आप इस प्रकार से आपका जो कंटेंट है उसको ब्यूटीफुल बना सकते हो, उसका बैकग्राउंड रिमूव करने के बाद। ओके, चलिए नेक्स्ट पढ़ते हैं हम लोग। ठीक है, तो ये हो गई इमेजेस की बातें। ठीक है, मैंने यहाँ पर आपको triple.com, pixabay और रिमूव भी जी। ठीक है, ये 3-4 चीजें जो है यहाँ पर मैंने बताई आपको, और pixels.com। ठीक है, अब इसके बाद में आइकॉन्स, मैंने यहाँ पर देखिए 3 चीजें यहाँ पर डाली हुई है जो मेरी फेवरेट है। एक तो flaticon.com, ये जितने भी यहाँ पर आइकॉन्स है, इतने सारे आइकॉन वहाँ पर अवेलेबल है। उसके बाद में iconfinder.com, मुझे स्कॉलर का एक आइकॉन चाहिए था, तो मुझे ये iconfinder.com पर जाकर इतना खूबसूरत एक आइकॉन मिला। और ये pngtree.com, मुझे व्हाट्सएप का एक इमेज चाहिए था, आइकॉन चाहिए था, तो मुझे pngtree.com पर जाकर ये मिला। तो एक बार जब हम यहाँ पर भी नजर डालेंगे, ओके, iconfinder.com पर हम गए। यहाँ पर मैंने टाइप किया कि मुझे फेसबुक के लोगों का आइकॉन चाहिए। ओके, नॉट सिक्योर कनेक्शन बता रहा है ये, इसलिए यहाँ पर ये जो है इमेजेस शो नहीं कर रहा है। लेकिन अगर आपके पास में एंटीवायरस अगर प्रॉपर अच्छा हो तो यहाँ पर बहुत सारी चीजें जो है आपको अवेलेबल मिल जाएगी। कौन कौन से आइकॉन है सब आपको बहुत अच्छे तरीके से मिल जाएंगे, और आप उसको जो है डाउनलोड भी कर पाएंगे। ठीक है, नेक्स्ट बढ़ते हैं हम लोग। ये pngtree.com है, यहाँ पर से भी आपको जो है फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट जो है आइकॉन बहुत सारे मिल जाएंगे। ठीक है, देखिए मदर्स डे के इतने सारे पीएनजी ट्री के जो आइकॉन्स हैं वो आपको यहाँ पर इतनी खूबसूरत जो आइकॉन्स है यहाँ पर मिल जाएंगे। और ये सारे के सारे रॉयल्टी फ्री इमेजेस है, आप इसको जो है फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट जो है वो यूज कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, देखिए मदर्स डे की इतने इमेजेस, ये यहाँ पर डाउनलोड का ऑप्शन है। ठीक है, पीएनजी मिल जाएगी आपको। इसमें बैकग्राउंड नहीं रहेगा। आपको जो भी आइकॉन चाहिए आप यहाँ से उठाइए, आपके पीपीटी में यूज कीजिए, फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट है, किसी प्रकार के चार्जेस यहाँ पर नहीं लगेंगे आपको, और रॉयल्टी फ्री है, किसी प्रकार का कॉपीराइट इशू नहीं होगा। ओके, चलो दो चीजें मैंने यहाँ पर बता दी, एक आइकॉन फाइंडर और png tree डॉट। ठीक है, अब इसके बाद में आपको अगर किसी प्रकार का इलस्ट्रेशन यूज करना है, ठीक है, यहाँ पर दो चीजें, एक तो ड्रॉ किट है, दूसरा है ऑटो ड्रॉ। ठीक है, अब ड्रॉ किट से मैंने जो है ये नीचे लिया हुआ जो है वो इमेज इलस्ट्रेशन लिया हुआ है, और ऑटो ड्रॉ जो है उससे मैंने ये नीचे लिया हुआ जो फ्लावर है ये मैंने ऑटो ड्रॉ से यूज किया है। ओके, अब हम देखेंगे इसको यूज कैसे करना है। अब आप ऑटो ड्रॉ पर जैसे ही जाते हैं, यहाँ पर आपने फर्स्ट ऑप्शन सेलेक्ट किया। ओके, आपको जो चीज चाहिए वो आप यहाँ पर जो है सिर्फ बनाइए आप यहाँ। ओके, और यहाँ आपको रेडी टू अवेलेबल जो है उससे मिलते जुलते जो है इमेजेस यहाँ पर ऊपर शो होना शुरू हो जाएंगे। ठीक है, जैसा मैंने जो यूज किया था तो मैंने ये यूज किया। ओके, इसमें अगर हमको कलर डालने हैं तो कलर के ऑप्शन यहाँ पर अवेलेबल है। ठीक है, अब इसको सीधा सिलेक्ट करके पहले ऑप्शन से कट करके आपको जहां पर भी इसको यूज करना है वो यूज कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, ये देखिए सेम टू सेम जो फ्लावर मैंने यूज किया वो मैंने ऑटो ड्रॉ पर जाकर ही यूज किया हुआ। अब ड्रॉ किट पर भी आप जाकर कर सकते हैं। अब इसके बाद में लास्ट जो मेरा इस पीपीटी के लिए आपको बताना है वो है फॉन्ट्स। याद रखिएगा जितने भी फॉन्ट आप यूज करते हो उसका ब्यूटी थोड़ा सा अलग होता है, और आपकी पीपीटी को अगर लोगों का ध्यान अगर आकर्षित करना है तो याद रखिएगा कि उसके फॉन्ट्स जो है वो अट्रैक्टिव रहना बहुत जरूरी है। और फॉन्ट्स अगर आपने अट्रैक्टिव रखे, उसमें इलस्ट्रेशन इमेजेस आइकॉन अगर डाल दिए तो आपका पीपीटी जो है वो बहुत ही अट्रैक्टिव बनेगा। और मैंने जिस तरीके से आपको बताया कि आपको इमेजेस कौन से लेने हैं, आइकॉन कौन से लेने हैं, इलस्ट्रेशन कहाँ से जाकर फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट उठाने हैं, रॉयल्टी फ्री, ताकि आपको किसी प्रकार के कॉपीराइट इशू से न गुजरना पड़े, तो आपको पर्टिकुलर साइट पर जाकर ही ये सारी चीजें जो है उठानी है आपके काम के लिए। तो यहाँ पर फॉन्ट्स जो है उसके लिए मैंने 4 साइट्स यहाँ पर दिए। एक तो पहला है fontspace.com, दूसरा है 1001freefonts.com, तीसरा है ये font.com, और चौथा जो है गूगल फॉन्ट्स। ठीक है, तो आइए देखते हैं हम लोग कि किस प्रकार के फॉन्ट्स हम लोग को अवेलेबल है। ओके, तो हम कहाँ पहुंचे हैं, fontspace.com पर। ओके, कहाँ पहुंचे हम लोग, fontspace.com पर। अब आप देखेंगे यहाँ पर कौन कौन से फॉन्ट्स जो है आपको फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट अवेलेबल है, ये आप यहाँ से डाउनलोड कर सकते हो राइट साइड में जाकर। ठीक है, देखिए ये बैटिन्स सेकंड लेसन हैंड राइटिंग वाला टूल जो है उसका फॉन्ट यहाँ पर अवेलेबल है। उसके बाद में ये एक फॉन्ट है ब्रुसेल सिटी, ठीक है। देखिए कितने खूबसूरत फॉन्ट्स है यहाँ पर अवेलेबल। ओके, देखिए क्विल्ट कितना खूबसूरत फॉन्ट है। सारे के सारे जो फॉन्ट्स है आपको यहाँ पर फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट जो है अवेलेबल है। यहाँ से आप डाउनलोड करके उसको आपके सिस्टम में डाल लीजिए, आप इसका यूज कर सकते हो फिर बाद, ठीक है। तो पहला था हमारा fontspace.com, ठीक है। अब नेक्स्ट साइट हम कहाँ जाएंगे, 1000v1 freefonts.com, ठीक है। यहाँ हजारों फॉन्ट्स जो है आपको फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट मिल जाएंगे। देखिए ये अल्फाबेटिकली अरेंज किए गए सारे फॉन्ट्स, कौन कौन से फॉन्ट जो है यहाँ पर अवेलेबल है। नीचे जाएंगे हम लोग, ये देखिए विलियम नरासी, ये फॉन्ट डाउनलोड कीजिए यहाँ से। आपको ये दोनों फॉन्ट भी बहुत अच्छे हैं, लाटो ओनेरिया स्क्रिप्ट, इतने ब्यूटीफुल फॉन्ट्स आपको यहाँ पर मिल जाएंगे। ओके, ये ऑरेंज जूस फॉन्ट, ये आप जो है डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं। अब साइड में आप देखिएगा ये फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट है, ठीक है। आप चाहे तो यहाँ पर डिजाइनर को कुछ डोनेट भी कर सकते हो, या फिर अगर आपको कमर्शियल लाइसेंस लेना है तो आप कमर्शियल लाइसेंस भी इसका यूज कर ले सकते हो। ओके, देखिए रिमाशिन स्क्रिप्ट, ये फॉन्ट भी देखिए कितना सुंदर है, ठीक है। तो ये 1001fonts.com जो है ये साइट है, यहाँ पर से आप कोई भी फॉन्ट फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट उठा सकते हैं। और ये जो है गूगल फॉन्ट्स, ये गूगल की तरफ से आपको फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट जो है सारे फॉन्ट्स यहाँ पर मिल जाएंगे। ठीक है, देखिए एक एक करके चलते हैं। ये देखिए कोलिन करके फॉन्ट है, इसका लिखने के बाद में अपीरियंस टाइप करने के बाद में इस प्रकार से आएगा। ठीक है, ये उबुंटू करके है, ये फॉन्ट देखिए, ये इस प्रकार से सारे फॉन्ट्स जो है आपको फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट जो है अवेलेबल है। आप यहाँ से क्लिक करने के बाद में डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं, ठीक है। ये ढेरों बहुत सारे मल्टीपल बंडल्स में भी आप ले सकते हैं। यहाँ पर साइड में ऑप्शन दिया है डाउनलोड ऑल, मैंने यहाँ पर रोबोटो को सिलेक्ट किया था तो उन्होंने मुझे इतना ऑप्शन दिया हुआ है, ये डाउनलोड ऑल का ऑप्शन, ठीक है। चलिए, तो वो था googlefonts.com, ठीक है, fonts.google.com। अब लास्ट जो हमारा फॉन्ट का जो साइट है वो है ये font.com, ठीक है। आप देखिए यहाँ पर भी कितने सुंदर सुंदर फॉन्ट्स हैं, ठीक है। एंजेलिना डेविडसन, ये फ्री डाउनलोड करने का ऑप्शन है पर्सनल यूज करने के। ओके, ये हैंड राइटिंग वाला है, हैंड रिटन वाला। यहाँ पर कैफे मैचा, ये भी डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं। आपको कुछ डोनेट करना है तो ऑथर को आप डोनेट भी कर सकते हैं। तो ये बहुत सारे फॉन्ट्स जो है यहाँ पर आपको उर्जेट ये अवेलेबल मिल जाएंगे। और यहाँ पर कैटेगरीज दी हुई है, फैंसी, फॉरेन लुक, टेक्नो, बिटमैप, गोथिक, बेसिक, स्क्रिप्ट, गिनबैट्स, हॉलीडे, ठीक है। तो इतने सारे फॉन्ट के जो ऑप्शन है यहाँ पर अवेलेबल है और आप यहाँ पर जाकर फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट जो है फॉन्ट यूज कर सकते हैं। ऑलराइट, तो मेरे हिसाब से एक कॉपीराइट फ्री पीपीटी के लिए कौन कौन से कंटेंट हम लोगों को लगने चाहिए, किस प्रकार से पीपीटी की ब्यूटी हमने बढ़ाने के लिए क्या क्या चीजें यूज करना चाहिए, किस प्रकार से रॉयल्टी फ्री इमेजेस और कॉपीराइट फ्री इमेजेस जो है आप कहाँ से डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं, कौन कहाँ से कर सकते हैं, सारी चीजें जो है मैं यहाँ पर आप लोगों को बता चुका हूँ। और मेरे हिसाब से जो टॉपिक मुझे दिया गया था उसके लिए इतना जो है काफी है, क्योंकि आईपीआर एक्सेप्टेबल पीपीटी के ऐसे कुछ नॉर्म्स नहीं है, लेकिन आईपीआर जो है खुद में ही उसका आंसर है इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट, बौद्धिक संपदा, मतलब किसी के आइडिया को चुराकर या किसी की बनाई हुई जो चीज है उसको यूज करके आप खुद के फायदे के लिए यूज नहीं कर सकते। ठीक है, तो कॉपीराइट इशू से बचने के लिए आप लोगों को जिन संसाधनों को जरूरत थी वो मैंने यहाँ पर बताई है, और कौन कौन सी पर्टिकुलर वेबसाइट पर जाकर आप ये सारी चीजें जो है आपके लिए यूज कर सकते हो, ये सारी चीजें मैंने बताई। तो होप सो मुझे लगता है कि मैंने यहाँ पर आपको जो कुछ भी बताया वो आगे आपको बहुत ही उपयोगी होगी, और मेरे ख्याल से समय से पहले ही मेरा जो है पीपीटी यहाँ पर जो है खत्म होने वाला है, क्योंकि सारी चीजें जो मुझे लगा यहाँ पर आपको बतानी चाहिए वो मैं कवर कर चुका हूँ। ठीक है, तो थैंक यू वेरी मच। और फिर से मैं ऑर्गेनाइजर्स को यहाँ पर धन्यवाद अदा करना चाहूँगा कि मुझे आज यहाँ पर उपस्थित रहने का आपने मौका दिया। सो थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you so much, sir. You very wonderfully explained about the copyrightable and royalty-free images available on the internet, and this will help us to choose images while making our PPT. You told us about the various fonts and how to choose these fonts to make our PPT effective, and how to modify these fonts, how to make our PPT attractive. On behalf of the organizing team, I express my gratitude to you for accepting our invitation and joining us and sharing your ideas with us. Thank you so much, sir.
जी मैम, थैंक यू। मैम किसी के कोई क्वेश्चन तो नहीं है?
हेलो।
हाँ सर।
हेलो
जी सर।
सर एक सवाल है दैट इज रिलेटेड टू प्लैगरिज्म। जैसे प्लैगरिज्म है कि नहीं, देयर आर सॉफ्टवेयर्स, तो कहीं हमने कॉपीराइट का उल्लंघन किया है किसी का कि नहीं है, इसके लिए कोई सॉफ्टवेयर है क्या? सपोज मैं एक पीपीटी अपलोड कर देता है और वो बोलता है कि ये फॉन्ट, ये इमेजेस एक्सेप्टेबल नहीं है, या फिर दे में encroach on the copyrights of somebody else, ऐसा कुछ है क्या आपके नजर में, आपने देखा है?
सर देखिए, वैसे तो फ्री सॉफ्टवेयर आप लोगों को बहुत सारे मिल जाएंगे नेट के ऊपर में, ब्लैक चेक हो गया और बहुत सारे हैं वैसे, जिससे आप आपका कॉपीराइट जो है वो चेक कर सकते हैं। लेकिन जनरली जो है बहुत से कुछ सॉफ्टवेयर जो है वो लाइसेंसेबल है, बहुत सी यूनिवर्सिटीज ने इसको मतलब परचेज करके रखा हुआ है। तो ऑथेंटिक सॉफ्टवेयर जो है उससे अगर आप करते हैं सर तो वो वैलिड रहेगा, और अगर आप फ्री सॉफ्टवेयर से करते हैं तो उसका वैलिडिटी जो है वो थोड़ा चैलेंजेबल है सर।
ओके, थैंक यू।
ठीक है, मोहिनी मैम।
Okay, sir. Thank you.
हेलो।
Yes, sir.
हाँ मैम, तो मेरे ख्याल से ये जो हमारा प्रेजेंटेशन है वो खत्म किया जाए।
हाँ सर, हम लोग अभी वैलिडिटी प्रोग्राम स्टार्ट करते हैं।
जी ओके, थैंक यू।
The session program of today is over, and soon we will move towards the validity program. Let's start करें.
I'm just okay. We will move towards our next validative function, but our today's chief guest, he will be joining shortly. So after his joining, we will start our program. Just we will wait for 5 or 10 minutes, then we will start our program.
So dear participants, today our journey of learning together for 30 hours is ending here. Participant want to share his thoughts, he can share. They can unmute yourself, you can unmute yourself and share. If any participant want to share his ideas, he can share, he can unmute himself and share. Let's move towards the validity program. There are some protocols of ending any program or any seminar or any session. And following this protocol, we will also move towards the report reading of the course. For this, I request the co-coordinator of this course, Dr. Prince Ajay Agashi sir, to read the report of the course. I request you, sir, to take this over.
Thank you, ma'am.
सर जस्ट मिनट, कोई पार्टिसिपेंट का मैसेज था शायद शेयर करना चाहती है.
Yes, yes, please.
Yes, Madhuri Kumari madam, you can start.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for giving the opportunity. I would like to share my experience with this whole course. That the IPR is a very important aspect of any creative person, or in general in a person, because everybody has their own qualities and own creativity. So it's very important to make awareness.
Sorry to interrupt, madam. Can you start your camera?
Just give me 1 minute, ma'am. Could I arrange that?
Yeah. Ma'am, if there is any problem, you can proceed with the audio.
No, ma'am. This is visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
So it was a great learning throughout the study and course. I think that IPR is a very important aspect of any person, because everybody has their own creativity and own learning. So it is very important to learn about how to conserve their creativity and how to retain their creativity. So IPR awareness is a critical for shaping of any environment, I think so. So this was a very wonderful experience. Every resource person has aptly performed their functions and their content. They aptly deliver their content. Or from my perspective, I learned more about the IPR, how it could be retained by ourselves within 1 hour. So it is not a big deal to enroll for the IPR, or how to protect our own creativity and how to respect the other creativities. So it is very important, and this was a wonderful journey. I appreciate the organizers to organize this wonderful course like us, to make awareness, and this virtual platform gives a immense opportunity to take part in from anywhere to any time. So this was a great experience indeed. So thank you so much for the organizer to this course. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Any other participant?
Yes, anybody else? Please, those who wants to share their feedback regarding this 30-hour certificate course in intellectual property rights in higher educational institutions. So please, you can share.
Sir, as there is no other feedback from the participant side, I request you to proceed with the report reading.
Sir, also I joined this validity function. Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. Honorable management members of both the colleges, respected chief guest of today's valedictory function, Mr. Nirmala Sinha sir, Deputy Controller of Patents and Design, and Head of the Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Intellectual Property Right Management, Nagpur, respected Principal Dr. Sujit Matri, Shri Binzani City College, Nagpur, Professor Keshav Walke, Officiating Principal of Matri Seva Sangha Institute of Social Work, Nagpur, Dr. Mohini Bherwani, Librarian and Coordinator of the program, all teaching and administrative staff of both the colleges, and my dear virtual participant friends. I welcome to one and all for the validity function of 30 hours certificate course on intellectual property rights applications in higher educational institutions organized by Shri Binzani City College, Nagpur, in collaboration with Matri Seva Sangha Institute of Social Work, Nagpur, in online mode from 2nd May 2022 to 9th May 2022. Friends, the objectives of the course were to acquaint the participants with the basic intellectual property right, to make them aware of ethical and unethical use of online resources, to teach them patent and copyright filing process, to teach them how to write the IPR acceptable work. The main aim of the course was to impart the greater awareness the issue of IPRs, which gained the special importance for all the domains of socio-economic development. And now I am Prince Agashe, read out the report of this 30-hour certificate course day-wise. First day, on 2nd May 2022, the course started with the inaugural function at 11 p.m. Dr. Prince Agashe gave the introductory remark to the course. Dr. Sujit Matri, Principal, Shri Binzani City College, Nagpur, was the chief guest for the program, and Professor Keshav Walke, Officiating Principal, Matri Seva Sangha Institute of Social Work, was the guest of honor. Professor Keshav Walke discussed the significance of the IPR in research, and he wished the very best success of the program. First technical session started with the basics of IPR by Dr. Mohini Bherwani ma'am, librarian, Shri Binzani City College, Nagpur, and she covered all the aspects and she narrates the basics of the intellectual property rights in the first technical session. The second technical session on 12:30 to 2 p.m. that is on intellectual property rights, IPR and patent design and filing the process by Dr. Bharat Suryavanshi, Assistant Controller of Patents and Design, Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Intellectual Property Management. In that lecture, he discussed all the aspects of the patents, that is how to file the patents, what are the criteria for the patents, all these things we had discussed in his session. And third session was on the hands-on training and assessment test was there. And this is by the video we have conducted this session. On second day, that is on 4th May 2022, the first session was on IPR in Academia by Dr. Pooja Dade, Assistant Librarian, Rashtrasanta Tukaroji Maharaj, Nagpur University, Nagpur, and she narrates all the importance of the IPR in academic institutes, and as well she narrates the different policies on IPR in her session. Next session, that is second session, was on plagiarism issues in research writing by me, that is Dr. Prince Agashe, librarian, Matri Seva Sangha Institute of Social Work. In my session, I have discussed about the plagiarism, what is the importance of plagiarism, what is plagiarism, and how to avoid the plagiarism, and how to check the plagiarism with the different softwares. And I also narrated the software that is Urkund. Now it is called as the original. Okay, and the third session was hands-on training and assessment test. On 5th May The first session was on essential of book writing and publishing by Mr. Rajesh Naidu, Relationship Manager, Himalaya Publishing House, Mumbai, and he discussed the criteria regarding how to write the book, how to take the copyright. He narrates all the aspects of the copyright in this session. Our next second session was on copyright issues in research writing by Dr. Mallika Arjun Mulimani. He is from Dharwad, Karnataka, and he elaborated all the issues related with the copyright and how the copyright is important, that he discussed very well, very nicely in his second session. And third session was on hands-on training and assessment test. Then fourth day of the course on 6th May 2022, how to create the effective PPT by Dr. Ashish Linge, Associate Professor, Department of Management Studies, CP and Berar College, Nagpur. It was an excellent this session, and he gave the guidelines regarding how to create the PPTs and how it is related with PPTs will be related with the themes, then contents, then background, almost all aspects of the PowerPoint presentation he has discussed in his session. Then a second session was on how to overcome the copyright issues by Dr. Hetal Gaglani, Associate Professor, Datta Meghe Institute of Management Studies, Nagpur. In her session, she elaborates the copyright registration process practically, and really it was a very nice session. And third session was on hands-on training and assessment test. The fifth day, that is on 7th May 2020, the ethical and unethical use of online resources by Lagdir Rabri, librarian and head of the National Law University, Nagpur. In his lecture, he have mentioned what are the ethical issues and unethical issues for using the online resources, and what are the resources available for the research, and we can use them freely, that he discussed in his lecture. And on second lecture, this by same resource person, that is the Dr. Lagdir Rabri, on how to make your research work plagiarism free. He in his lecture he mentioned the different softwares and how we can make our research the plagiarism free. He has narrated very well. And the third last session was on hands-on practice. Then that is on today, 9th May 2022, first session was on copyright registration process by Ravindra Kale, librarian, Shri Somnath Sanskrit University, Gujarat. In his lecture, he has mentioned that the online copyright process practically very well. He gave the remarks for this copyright process. Next session was on creation of IPR acceptable PPT. Just we have seen by Dr. Amit Temburne, Director of Physical Education and Sports, MB Patel College, Sakoli. He nicely told us how to create the PowerPoint presentation, and that must be the IPR acceptable PowerPoint. Very well he has narrated in his session, and in meantime we have organized this, conducted the hands-on training with the video on intellectual property rights. So this was the report of this 30 hours certificate course in intellectual property rights application in higher education institutes. And now I confirm and hope that all the participants got the well knowledge about these intellectual property rights regarding the designs, patents, trademarks, geographical indicators, copyright. And the participants will be able to understand the procedures to convert the research outcomes into the patents. And this training surely will bring the positive transformation in the faculty members' attitude in their project and research work, and get them more focused as well as result oriented, and the process for the further commercialization or technology transfer. With this, I am conclude my this report, 30 hours certificate course in IPR applications in higher education institute. So I am thank you the organizer for giving me opportunity to present this report. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. The chief guest of this validity program, Shri Nirmalya Sinha sir, has joined us. Sir, I welcome you. Shri Nirmalya Sinha sir is working for more than 19 years in central government office under the Patent Office, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, and presently working as Joint Controller of Patents and Designs and Head of Office in Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Intellectual Property Management, Nagpur from 2021, which is only central government national IPR training institute in India. Shri Nirmalya Sinha sir has done BE in Electronics from Nagpur University in 2001 and MTech in Material Engineering from Jadavpur University, Calcutta in 2004. He has done 1 year executive program in business management in 2006 from IIM Calcutta and joined patent office in the year 2002 as examiner of patents and design, Group A gazetted officer. He is promoted to assistant controller of patents and design in Patent Office Delhi in January 2009 and shifted to Patent Office Kolkata in May 2011 as group leader of electrical group. He was promoted to joint controller of patents and design in Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Intellectual Property Management, Nagpur, and joined here on 2021 as head of the office. He has knowledge of foreign languages like French, Spanish, Russian. He has delivered many lectures on IPR in various parts of the country. He was deputed twice for training at European Patent Office, Hague, the Netherlands, and at World Intellectual Property Organization, Geneva, Switzerland, on examination and CDIP issue respectively. Sir, I again welcome you and request you to address our audience. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, I am thankful to Dr. Prince Agashe for inviting me to address you all in this forum. And it is a very interesting topic, like intellectual property in higher educational institution. So already Dr. Bharat Suryavanshi has deliberated on the matter, I believe, on an earlier date. And you have already gained insight about what is patent and what is intellectual property through his lecture. Still, in higher educational institution, our patent system has some concessions, offers some concessions. Like recently, there is concession in filing fees for higher educational institutions. We are only charging 80%, means 80% fee concession. We are only charging 20% fees. That means a higher education institution, if it applies for patent or for design, then it has to pay only rupees 1600 for a patent. And if it files request for examination also, it has only to file rupees 8,000. Sorry, 4,000. And moreover, there are also avenues by which they can file requests for expedited examination, request for early publication, through which they can get their patent disposed at a very early stage. Now, the thing is that you have already got lectures on copyright and patents and various types of intellectual property throughout the course of your this 30-hour course. However, Mr. Dr. Bharat may have already told you about the request for expedited examination in Form 18A, which was given, which has to be filed in order to expedite the filing process of in order to for gaining the disposal of patent applications in a fast forward mode. So you don't have to wait for more than 5 years, and within 1 year you will get the filing of you will get the disposal of patent application. So again, it is to say that you are mostly from means science background or commerce background or arts background. And so patents is something which is related to science background, and minimum and copyrights, trademarks, and designs and geographical indication. These things are related to arts or commerce background. So generally must you throughout the lecture you must have come across what is intellectual property, that it is an intangible property and you should commercially exploit it. In order to for a limited period of time you are given the monopoly right to exploit it, and this is the result why you can buy it, sold it, and sell it, license it, and exchange it just like any other form of property. So the thing is that you can avoid duplication of research. You can utilize the published patent journals for to keep yourself abreast of the latest developments in technology. And again, you can commercially exploit your invention for a period of 20 years, after which your monopoly right ceases and your property becomes a public property. So this particular intellectual properties also serves as an indicator of achievement in institutions like yourself, in higher education institutions, because it gives you a benchmark above the rest. So this particular monopoly right is an exclusive right. It is the right to, I am saying about patents, it is the right to make, use, exercise, sell or distribute an invented product or process in India. The right can be shared, licensed or sold. Why do we give this intellectual property right? Because we want to encourage you for coming up with new inventions and new technologies, so that the society at large can be benefited, and as a result we also we also provide you with monopoly right on behalf of full disclosure of your invention. So you are earning. What can you do with the intellectual property right? You can earn profits or royalty by means of commercially exploiting your right. You can commercially exploit the same without fear of copying or imitation, and you can prevent your competitors from copying. However, you have to approach the court of law. You cannot expect any redressal to come on its own. You have to be vigilant enough and to check that if any infringement is taking place, if anybody is copying, and if anybody is copying, you have to file an infringement suit against him or her at the district court. And the patent certificate will provide will prove to be as has an immense evidentiary value, and it also shows that your invention is novel and inventive and industrially applicable, and also not that it does not fall under non-patentable criteria. So it creates a corporate again. If you go for trademarks registration in trademark registry, it will create a corporate identity for you. It will expand your market share and enable you to venture into new markets. As you know, trademark is a brand or a logo by means of which you distinguish, where the users can distinguish the goods of one customer from that of the goods of one trader from that of other trader. So that is why the trademarks is being registered, and Also, you must be well aware that trademark and copyright are automatic right. They come into being as soon as they are launched into the market. But one thing is that you approach the trademark registry or the copyright registry for registration because you want a evidentiary value or a certificate to prove that your work has been registered, and in order to deter other unscrupulous persons from copying or imitating your work. That is why you go for registration of your trademark or copyright. By virtue of your trademark, intellectual property registrations, you can negotiate license or franchise and execute contractual agreements with interested parties. If any unscrupulous person infringe or copy or imitate your product, then you have every right to initiate legal proceedings against that party. Again, if you have to differentiate between different types of intellectual properties like patents, designs, trademarks, copyrights, and geographical indication, out of that you will given for literary, dramatic, and artistic works, and songs and musical works and architectural plans, and whereas patents, designs, trademarks, they are all industrial rights. Patents is given for technology, and where the invention has to be novel, inventive, industrially applicable, and should not be non-patentable. Similarly, design is given for the outer configuration of an object. It is given for the aesthetic beauty of the product, and it measures the capacity of the product to attract more customers. So that is the USP which the product creates by virtue of its design. That is the combination of colors or texture or whatever it is, and the nature why we give design registration. What the condition to be fulfilled is novelty, that it should be new. Similarly, trademarks also, the examiners of trademark, they search when they receive a trademark application, they do a search in their database whether their trademark is new or novel or not. And accordingly, they put up the report to senior examiners who forward the objections to the particular applicant. So trademarks is also a very necessary thing in society. And it is given for a period of 10 years, and it can be renewed every 10 years till any time. Similarly, copyright is given for the lifetime of the author plus 60 years after his death. So as I said, it is given for dramatic work, for musical work, for scientific, for artistic work and literary works. The GI is given, geographical indication is given for goods which are belong to a particular place. It is given to a body of producers, to a cluster of producers who are producing that product and marketing that product in that particular place. It is given because each product has a particular quality, because by virtue of belonging to that particular place. That is why we give GI products, so that unscrupulous products don't populate the market and eat away into the profit of genuine traders. GI is given for a period of 10 years, and it can be renewed every 10 years. So single product can have multiple intellectual properties associated with it. Patent, suppose it is a MacBook or a laptop. It has a patent rights associated with the processor, which runs on by virtue of which it runs. Similarly, the manual which comes bundled along with the laptop is protected by copyright. Similarly, the design is protecting the design registration has to be done for the external appeal or the look of the laptop. and the brand, the logo by which the laptop is being identified in the market is protected under trademarks registry. Therefore, that trademark registration has to be done. So a multiple intellectual property rights registration has to be done before launching a product into the market. So similarly, if you from higher institutes, if you go for producing for patenting for intellectual property rights, we always advise you that do not publish first before filing a patent.
Phone இது பாப்பானோ சொதப்பல் பாப்பானோ அதோட சரி.
Always file a patent before publication. Only then it will, because when a patent application is being received by the intellectual property office, the first thing they do is that they search for prior art. Though, so if you publish first and then file a patent, then your publication becomes a prior art. And when it becomes a prior art, it loses novelty. And that is why you should not publish first before filing a patent. If you have the intention to file a patent, then do it first and then only go for publication. Similarly, do not work or exhibit your invention in a government exhibition or a private exhibition, or share your paper before filing a patent. First, file your patent and only then go for publication. Many people and multiple instances have occurred where people have lost genuine patent rights due to early publication of their work. And this has occurred due to ignorance and of this knowledge, of this fact. The other thing which I would want to inform you is that a single I would want to inform you is that there are many inventions which are non-patentable. So before filing any patents, you should also be aware that you do not file anything which is not non-patentable. Suppose you have filed a software whose output is only a number, so they will become non-patentable. So similarly, if you have filed something of a machine which goes against, which is contradictory, which does not obey the natural laws, whose efficiency is more than 100%, which is not possible scientifically. So that is also non-patentable. Similarly, there are something which is contrary to public order or morality. So like method of adulteration of food or method of housebreaking and like these methods, or method of counterfeiting notes, these are all non-patentable subject matters which should not be patented. Similarly, method of performing mental act, or method of playing a game is also non-patentable. Like method of learning a language, method of teaching, these are all non-patentable subject matter. Similarly, diagnostic methods, method of surgical methods, or any such prophylactic methods, methods of vaccination or surgical procedures, or any are also kept outside the purview of patentability. They are also non-patentable. Then I would like to share with you that there is something which comes down to us from heritage, like traditional knowledge. So there is an extensive database called Traditional Knowledge Digital Library. So this extensive database has been prepared by the government so that all the applications which relate to traditional knowledge can be opposed, and no, the multinational companies do not get an opportunity to exploit this tradition monopoly right and earn and exploit this knowledge and earn huge money by like getting monopoly right. So that is why the body of government from the lawyers are appointed by Government of India who try to revoke the patent which are filed worldwide in USA or in Europe, like on neem and basmati and or in turmeric, on the medicinal properties of these things, because they are all linked to traditional knowledge. So traditional knowledge digital library is called the database, which has been formulated, which has been prepared by the group of experts in India, and this has been shared with all the examiners so that no examiners perform this mistake, can do this mistake out of ignorance. So it is widely populated to all examiners of all the patent office, even at World Intellectual Property Organization, which is the worldwide forum of all patent offices. Also, we do not give patents for atomic energy inventions if your invention is related to atomic energy or nuclear energy. Then also we consider it as non-patentable and refusable. So I hope that Mr. Dr. Bharat and others have already told you about the process of patent filing in India, and you are already aware of the different types of applications, patent applications, which can be made in our country at the patent office, like ordinary application, conventional application, PCT national phase application, and patent of addition, and divisional application. So who are the persons who can file a patent? Even high level institutes, higher educational institutions can file patent. Of course, apart from that, natural persons and faculties like you can also file patents. And we offer 80% fee concession, that is rupees 1600 for filing patents and rupees 8000 for filing requests for expedited examination. We also offer rupees 2500 for filing the request for early publication. Otherwise, you have to wait for 18 months for a patent to be published. If you file the request for early publication, it will be published within 1 month from filing the Form 9. You don't have to wait for 18 months. So in this way, we have tried to channelize and smoothen the patent filing process and also the granting process. If you are not aware about the filing of patent applications, then you can always appoint a patent attorney who will serve as the address for service. Similarly, if you want to file yourself, you can also do the same. And if the applicant is not the same as the inventor, then you have to file a proof of right. 4 offices in India, which are divided the jurisdiction of the jurisdiction of the patent offices are divided among the states. Maharashtra filing people have to file in Mumbai patent office. Similarly, and the documents which are required for filing are Form 1 application form, Form 2 provisional or complete specification, Form 3 statement of foreign filing, and statement of foreign filing you have to submit where even if you have not filed anywhere in foreign, then you should submit a NIN, furnished as it as NIN. Similarly, you have to file Form 5 and Form 18A and Form 9 request for early publication, along with Form Form 28, if you are a higher education institution, then you need to file Form 28 in order to avail the fee concession. You have to file Form 28. Similarly, if it is a conventional application, then you have to file a certified copy of priority document. So, if you want to file physically, most of the filing takes place online. So if you want to file physically, we charge you 10% fees extra. There is no fees for Form 2, Form 3 or Form 5. Only you have to pay the fees for Form 1, Form 9, Form 18A. However, if your application is considered relevant to defense or atomic energy, then it will not be published. It will be kept under secret, and we refer such applications to the DRDO for their concurrence, whether it is relevant to the defense of India. We do not publish such applications, and we keep it secret under the issue secrecy direction under Section 35. Similarly, if you have failed to file complete specification after filing of provisional specification, we consider your application as deemed to be abandoned if you fail to file within 12 months from the date of filing of provisional application. In that case also, if your application is abandoned, then we do not publish your application. Moreover, if you have withdrawn your application 3 months prior to 18 months, then also we do not publish your application, and the publication takes place every Friday in the Patent Office Journal, and it is available on our office website www.ipindia.gov.in. So I congratulate you all for successfully completing this intellectual property rights application course on intellectual property right application in higher educational institution. I hope that you have gained substantive knowledge regarding this intellectual property right on the various types of rights regarding copyright as well as patents, as well as other issues which have been addressed by experts from National Law University and from other well-known institutions like CP and Berar College, Nagpur. So I congratulate you all and I thank you all. I hope that you will utilize this knowledge for and to further your knowledge. You will take up courses offered by paid courses offered by RGNI PM Rajiv Gandhi. Whenever required, you will contact us, and also if required, write to us by email, or and then we can organize a workshop for you, a paid workshop on paid basis. Then you can gain further knowledge of IPR. Okay, thank you, Dr. Prince Agashi and other members. Thank you for giving me a chance to address on this valedictory session of your course. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. So I would like to make one correction. Our college name is Shri Binzani City College, not CP and Berar College. So on behalf of the organizing team, I would like to thank you for giving insights on the IPR, and you guided our participants about how to file the patents and what is the significance of patent filing, how we can avoid duplication of our work, and how can we commercially utilize our creation, how can we get an IPR register, and how can we get a certificate for the IPR. Sir, we look towards your organization for cooperation in the future too. And once again, I thank you for joining us. And let's move towards the presidential speech. Dr. Sujit Matri is the president of this certificate program. Sir, I welcome you. Dr. Sujit Matri, sir, is principal at Shri Binzani City College, Nagpur. Before this, he was working as director of the Tamaki Institute of Management Studies and Research. He in mechanical engineering, MBA, MA in economics, and he has pursued PhD. He is experienced management teacher and administrator, able to get classroom studies with the real life cases. He is interpersonal skills. He is known for the presentation style and ability to reach any student. He has been resource person for various refresher and orientation courses, session chair and panelist for various national and international conferences. For NCFM modules, UGC fellow at Santa Gadgi Baba Amravati University, Department of Management Studies, SEBI certified financial educational resource person. He has been awarded 6 MTP certificate award from SMP FI for teachers in strategic management area. Sir, I welcome you and request you to present presidential speech.
Thank you, madam. I must thank our partner college, Matri Seva Sangh Institute of Social Science, and the head there, that is Principal H.O. sir. The coordinator who has worked hard with you, Dr. Prince. Just now we have listened to Nirmal Sinha, Joint Controller, RG and IPM. And there were lots of resource persons who talked on this particular concept of how IPR is related to the higher education. Right from the day it was conceived, the program in the mind of Dr. Mohini, it was ably supported by Dr. Prince, and we could see that this 30-year program has seen the light of the day, and people who are associated with it tried to get something out of it. Let's be straight and blunt that this is a requirement that we should conduct IPR just because we are largely ignorant about it. And because we are ignorant about these IPR issues, it might happen that ignorantly, unintentionally, we might cross the limits of the law. And therefore, it is very, very necessary for all of us, specifically who are in the field of higher education, whatever we are doing, we are aware about what are our duties and responsibilities in this domain called IPR. IPR can be used to enhance our own abilities. It can give you the much desired recognition across the domain in the what I can say academic circles also. And most importantly, it can help you do right things and acknowledge the creativity and the innovations of the innovators. And that is most important. Instead of forgetting them, we should acknowledge every now and then if you are using some part of it, some idea of theirs. This particular 30 days, 30 hours program was run in both synchronous as well as asynchronous mode. And therefore, many of us who are associated with this particular program might be puzzled with the numbers which are available on the screen, maybe 30, 40, 20 at time. But you need to understand that what all is being talked in the discussed or deliberated in the synchronous mode, that is this online mode, that is called live mode. The same thing is available in asynchronous mode on the Google Classroom. And it is quite possible that because we were approaching the year end as far as colleges are concerned, as far as teachers are concerned. So it is quite possible that in the schedule, which is the jam-packed schedule, it may not be possible for them to attend live, but then I'm sure that they must have attended to these lectures and deliberations and the practice sessions in the asynchronous mode. And therefore, they are also very much eligible for getting the certification as we are seeing. So my request to the organization, that is Dr. Mohini and Dr. Prince, that keep this particular certifications open for next 7 days, so that those who have missed it, now the teachers are little bit, what I can say, relaxed, because they are enjoying their vacations, and therefore they can listen to these deliberations one more time and fulfill to your criteria of certification. What we could get from all these things is that most of the times we are associated with technology. We use ICT, and in that ICT we use mostly the PowerPoint presentations, and therefore you must have seen that the PowerPoint presentation related things which we undercut the IPR issues, right? They were dealt beautifully today also, and one session by Dr. Linge. That was also a nice session, and I could get from the responses of our own coordinators that was the session which everybody remembers. There can be difficult areas also, so, and therefore the facility of asynchronous learning is given to you. More importantly, what is to be taken by the taken into consideration by the teachers of both the institutions and all the institutions who have joined in this endeavor, is that you cannot ignore IPR under the manner that I was not aware, and therefore these kind of programs are necessary. There has to be regularity in this, and what I can do as a teacher, as an attendee of this program, is that after learning how to make IPR compliant PPTs, why not do something so that your own colleges also get one copyright. And copyright, as you must have heard, that copyright getting is not that costly. What it requires is that you make your PPTs, you choose your topics, and register those PPTs under copyright. So whenever you get that certificate from Government of India, it is a really proud feeling, and that is my own experience. And therefore I am requesting you to as a return to all those gurus who have deliberated on this topic on this platform, as a return to them, because it was a free program, what you can do as a Guru Dakshina is that individual who has attended this program must file at least one copyright application. With this, I think I should stop, because you have listened to 30 hours and I should not extend that to 31 hours. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So we have got the YouTube links. We will share those links in the group as well as in the Google Classroom, so that those who have missed any session can learn the things from the videos.
Right.
Again, I thank you for joining us and motivating us with your words.
Thank you.
Arranging a course or any program on the virtual platform is not an easy task. It needs support from every corner and cooperation. And a program becomes successful when a number of hands work together. And now it's time to express our gratitude to those people and those hands. First, I would like to thank our management and our principal, Dr. Sujit Matri sir, for permitting us to take this course. I am also thankful to Dr. Keshav Wadki sir, officiating principal, Matri Seva Sangh Institute of Social Work, Nagpur, who accepted our collaboration and worked together with us. I am also thankful to Dr. Prince Ajay Agashi sir, librarian, Matri Seva Sangh Institute of Social Work, who has been working with me since last few days. And here I would like to mention a special thanks to Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Intellectual Property Management, who permitted us to take one session in association with the organization, and they permitted us to use their logo. I'm also thankful to various resource persons who have delivered very interactive lectures. I would like to mention their name. I would like to mention the name of Dr. Bharat Suryavanshi sir, who is Assistant Controller of Patents and Design at Rajiv Gandhi National Institute, Nagpur. Dr. Pooja Dade Madam, who delivered a lecture on IPR in academia, who is Assistant Librarian at Rashtriya Sant Tukadoji Maharaj, Nagpur University. The topic of plagiarism issue and research writing was covered by Dr. Prince Ajay Agashi sir, who is also the co-coordinator of this course and who is librarian at Matri Seva Sangh Institute of Social Work, Nagpur. Essentials of book writing and publishing was delivered by Dr. Shri Rajesh Naidu sir, who is Relationship Manager at Himalaya Publishing House, Mumbai. I am also thankful to Dr. Vijay Mulimani sir, could not attend, but he arranged one speaker, Dr. Mallikarjun Mulimani sir, who is head of librarian in Government College at Harvard University. And how to create effective PPT was covered by Ashish Lenge sir, which was a very appreciable lecture, and we got a very good comment on that lecture. Copyright issues in research writing was covered by, how to overcome copyright issues was covered by Dr. Hetal Gaglani madam, who is associate professor at the Tameki Institute of Management Studies, Nagpur. Dr. Lagbir Rabri sir covered 2 lectures, one on ethical and unethical use of online resources and how to make our research for plagiarism free. Sir is librarian at Maharashtra National Law University, Nagpur. Copyright registration process by Dr. Ravindra Kale sir, who is librarian at Shri Somnath Sanskrit University, Somnath, Gujarat. And how to create a IPR acceptable PPT was covered by Dr. Amit Tambune sir, who is Director of Physical Education at MB Patel College, Sakoli. I am thankful to all these resource persons who helped us to make this program success. I'm also thankful to all the participants, academicians as well as students from various institutions who have been a part of this course since these days. I'm also thankful to Shri Praveen Vaidya sir for providing technical support. And I would also like to thank those names, those people whose name I may have forgotten to mention. And with this, I take your leave. Have a good day. And your certificates will be issued to you by Saturday. So please wait for a few days. Thank you. I'm ending the meeting here. And I declare that this course is over. Thank you.
Thank you, Sujit Maitre sir. Thank you, Birwani ma'am. Thank you, one and all participant friends, for patiently bearing with us and successful of this program. So thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Akash sir. Thank you.